George, psst. Are you ready to show everybody where our new home is?
Before we show you, we want to show you why the Hales would we buy where we want.
What did you say?
I said, Jeremy, I'm a huge fan.
George is out in the parking lot. Look at that. Am I on the naughty list?
Hell, for every meeting. And you're gonna bring the police to remove me from this.
I didn't start this war with the neighbors.
But I fully intend on winning.
I have anxiety over the roof. And I can't take this. I can't, sir. I cannot hear you very well. Not at all. I have to hold you up to my ear to hear you. Something is wrong. Can you please check your mic? I do not have perception of time. I don't have perception of date and times. I do not, and my brain does not work that way. My child just fell down. You are not a nice person.
Good evening, everybody. Man, oh man. How's it going, Roy? Good to see you. Good evening. Mary Waltz, good evening. Risa Murphy, hello. Good to see you. And Mrs. Mack, what a wonderful evening. Yeah, we've got some more What the Hales. We should possibly have Mo joining us a little bit later. We'll see. You know, she always has the option. If she's not up for it, then she doesn't have to be here. It's a good thing. Good evening, Penny Ward from Brisbane, Australia. Awesome. Our fine Australian friends over there. Hey, Terry D. Good to see you also. Man, oh man, do we have an interesting one for you tonight. Man, it's going to be neat. And, you know, the updates of Friday Night Live, because that's where everybody is sort of making their way towards that direction. They're going to be heading to Knoxville to go spend time with all the Friday Night Live crew, and it's going to be a very, very interesting time for them. Hey, good evening, D. Robertson. Good evening. Hey, Terry Am. Good to see you. Yes. So it's going to be really neat that Expert has sort of put this thing together with the help of all of his people that are close to him, and their plan is to have a Friday Night Live. So they're all going to be meeting up. They've got a location. I believe it's called Creekside is where they're going to be. I won't be there. I'm going to be out of town on a separate trip with my wife, and then the following week I will be. What day am I leaving? I don't remember what day it is I'm leaving, but next week, the following week after that, because this week I'm going to be out of town, but I will be trying to be streaming from a remote location. We'll see how that works out. We'll give it a try. Hopes and prayers that it works. Hello from Scotland. Awesome. Good to see you. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? Roxanne, you don't have to turn on the red light. Cranky Granny, how are you? Welcome from sunny, warm Colorado. Surprising, today was a little bit chillier. We had a nice hot weekend here in Atlanta. I got a lot done this weekend. I managed to finally complete my table, was done last weekend. And then what was it? So I finished my table on over last weekend. Then this weekend I was assembling. I had to strip my trailer. The what do you call it? The decking was bad on it, so I replaced the decking and I put some deck boards. I Shishugi bond those last weekend. But I put a stain on there, got them all looking nice and pretty with some Shishugi bond, so it has like this really neat, almost like weird camouflage pattern to it. It's so odd whenever you do that. And then I took some metal brackets and they're held on with some metal bracing, and I rewired the entire trailer because I was having problems with shortings. No, I can't go. I won't be able to make it because I'm going to be in Charleston that weekend. I'm going to be with my wife. She has a conference that she's going to be at, so I will not be able to make it. But it's how it goes, you know. I was planning on it, but once it started getting closer and she was given the date for the conference, then it was decided that I had two options. Either I could go with her and spend some time in Charleston, or I could stay home and watch the dogs. Either which way, I'll be watching the dogs. But this way, it's at least I get to spend a little time with my wife, so that's going to be pretty nice. And then, of course, we're going to Jacksonville next week, and I'll be there like almost the whole week, like until the next following Tuesday or something like that, Tuesday or Wednesday after that. So it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's disappointing, but it does happen. Sometimes I'm able to make it, and sometimes I'm not able to make those things. But hey, you know, that's such as life, such as it goes. But you know, I've figured that, you know, there's battles that you want to fight, and that one is not one I want to fight with my wife over. Because if not, she would have had to take the dogs with her, probably not be able to stay where she was going to stay. I don't think I could bring 3 ruffians with me. So that's how it goes. You just say, hey, you know, life is no rain in the southern rim. No rain in southern New Mexico. It got up to 88. Well, let's see, southern New Mexico. Right. So if you're in southern New Mexico, you could be Alamogordo side, or you closer to the Carlsbad, which would be a little bit closer to the center, Hobbs, New Mexico area. Be interesting. Interesting to know. So I lived in Hobbs, and I had friends that lived in Hobbs, Jowl. I had friends that lived in Silver City. Used to have a friend of mine worked in Carlsbad, and I worked out of Lovington. So just curious. It's good. I still have friends in Albuquerque too. Yeah. Still have a couple of friends in Albuquerque. One of them has his own dojo. It's pretty cool. It's a cool day here in Brisbane. Oh yeah, that's right. Right outside El Paso. Oh, okay. Yeah. If you're right outside El Paso, I know exactly about where you're at. Like Alamogordo is right outside of El Paso. You got Alamogordo. I used to go up to like Cloudcroft, hit Cloudcroft because it was such a beautiful drive going up to Cloudcroft and then drop back down through Lovington and Hobbs where I lived. So that was sort of my getaway. I don't know. It's weird going through like the Carlsbad area. Just it's such long and deserted area. Your grandson lives in Santa Fe? Yeah, that's much northern. That's much northerner. I lived in New Mexico whenever we had ice storms, like in the desert. It was really weird. We had it would snow and then it would freeze like overnight, and then it would unthaw and the roads would get all wet, and then it would freeze again. Yeah, it's no fun. No fun. And I had an old minister that lived in El Paso, and he was a pastor there. I think he passed away back in 2018. His daughter reached out to me. He had two daughters, and one of them reached out to me and was like, "Hey, you know, he passed." I was like, "Well, that's how it goes. You know, you get to a certain age. Hey, JW, good to see you." So what's the temperature in Brisbane? I bet it's a little chilly. I do like the face paint though. That's really cool. I really like that. Grandson lives in Santa Fe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is. Yeah. And I've been like, if you're right outside El Paso, like you get that heat of the desert where it's hitting those 100+ temperatures out in the desert. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Small world. But yeah, we're gonna get on with some more of what the Hales just to get a little bit more caught up to where we're at. And like I said, Mo will probably be joining us here. I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so. and we can probably get through a good portion of this one here without a big deal. That's a little too fast. Put on 1.25, and yeah, we can get like high quality here, high definitions. I'll turn on the closed captions. Hooray, hooray. There we go. Let's make this go.
Otter Creek, where every day things get odder and odder. And I've shown time and time again how the laws have been broken.
Can you repeat that one more time?
If it's not an emergency, there ain't no clerk, there ain't no show.
Do you guys follow sunshine laws? Because that is something that
Absolutely. We have to follow the sunshine laws. Yes, we follow the sunshine laws.
I've clearly shown how the town mayor has taken advantage of the people and has stolen
That's
water
right.
and funds from them. And I've shown the insanity when Don, who has been on the board for over a year fighting everything Russell says, everything Russell does, then tries to nominate him as mayor while another elected official is out of the country.
How about if I make the motion that we elect Russell Mapes as the mayor?
It'll be a nomination. It'll be a nomination.
Okay, I'll make the nomination and what comes after the nomination?
You got to keep asking yourself the question, why? Why? Why would Don flip-flop like a fish out of water? Let's see if we can figure out that answer by going back in time and looking at another town council meeting that was recorded earlier this past year.
Wow.
Jump back up to swearing in the new councilman. Looks like Mr. Severino's got some.
Would you do it too?
Attendance or what?
You mean that who's here? Never mind.
Not that I know of. I think we got everybody.
I, for one, don't find these town council meetings funny.
Hey,
Completely and
Amos
totally
girl,
dysfunctional.
good to see you.
Absolutely. Those
Oh,
individuals
hello,
sitting
Shizzy
there,
and Jack. Good to
some
see
of
you,
them, not
Amos
all
girl.
of them, completely and
doing
totally
well.
incompetent. Yeah, without a doubt. And by the way, competency doesn't always come with education. There's common sense. Literally, common sense can guide you through life. I have a master's degree. I have undergrad degrees. I've done education, higher education. I've been an adjunct professor for higher education. And the greatest education there is, common sense. Just simple common sense. And it doesn't seem to exist here. And Don's about to expose that.
So Mr. Severino's got some questions about swearing Dan in. You want to ask?
Okay, well, I'm as anxious as everybody to get the seat filled. But there are certain requirements that have to be met before the person can come up here. We all have to, done our requirements. We have to, make oaths of
Watch up on left. Mr. Fuller has no right to be sitting at the table. He's not even a resident of Otter Creek. Ooh.
Saying
I didn't know that.
Qualified in the sense that we are.
Remember that incompetence thing I was talking about? Well, you just heard recording in progress. Mary finally started recording the meeting as she's legally supposed to, right?
I hadn't seen him in any of the later
The meeting
ones.
didn't just start. As a matter of fact, I've already trimmed almost 20 minutes out of the meeting. I'm getting to the bulk and the meat of the meeting. How in the world do these people function? Now, currently, Mary isn't any longer holding the position as town clerk. That does not negate her responsibilities and the consequences of the things she has said, the things she has done, or the things that she denied doing in the position of town clerk that were illegal. All legalities still fall on her and the responsibility and the consequences of such. But that will be taken care through the courts. How'd she even get in this position in the first place? And that's what you have to keep asking yourself. Who would have even hired her? The only answer I can come up with is a
hired on the sly by
that wants
Russ
somebody
to
so
engineering
ignorant and
duties.
incompetent that they can do things without being called out on it, or bring them in on it, one of the other. That way, nothing's been shed to light, right? Until now.
We got you. We got you.
We're not Collins and this and that. We qualify. We all done that, we do our campaign checks, we do everything. And last meeting or so, we flawed, the process was flawed in a sense that.
Well, and so that isn't uncommon. Okay, so Mr. Fuller, so that makes sense. He advises on land use and zoning. So if he has experience in land use and zoning, like he's done zoning work, a lot of times town councils will pull people from other areas It's like special counsel on those kinds of things, special advisors. One of the advisors that's on a board that we handle is well, he could still be he could still do it as a volunteer position. He may not be getting paid. He hasn't been at the table since Russ left. Yeah, that's probably pretty common. Yeah, wasn't board hired. You don't always have to be board hired. Sometimes they come in as an advisor position, so they don't have to be hired by the board to be an advisor. A lot of times, we had ours is a little bit different because of the way that's set up. That we handle is we do have a few advisors, and none of them are paid positions because they're paid by the county to get those kinds of things. Oh, he was paid. Well, that could be true. All the building permits are done by the county. Okay. Getting $50 an hour? Jeez Louise. Wow. Mr. Fuller's Township, you're not good. That's never good. He was paid for planning, which doesn't exist in the town bylaws, and was the highest paid person there. Wow. That's right, Roy. $50 an hour, Otter Creek. Oof, man.
Dan hasn't met all.
Yeah, they'll get you in some trouble.
Let me get you up to speed of what's going on, because the past council meeting where they tried to nominate a new mayor and this council meeting coincide with a lot of questions that people have. Okay, number one, here's what's going on. They're trying to bring in a new council member because another seat has opened, but they didn't run an election for this seat. They're trying to appoint that person, and multiple people wanted that seat. Therese Granger being one of them, who this year they want, well, the people want as mayor. Russell and Don, not so much, as I've already shown. So let's back up, okay? What Don is trying to say is, hey, we've gotten off of the process of elections for the town council members. This is how it works. Every town council member runs for 2 years. They have a term for 2 years. So 1 year, you got odds and evens, right? 1 year, you have 3 council members that get voted in as 3 come down. The next year, 2 council members get voted in as 2 come down, and then 3, and then 2, and then 3, and then 2. This was all screwed up this year as 4 council members were actually voted in. And Russell got back in, Gail got back in. We're thankful Gail got back in. Therese got nominated in, and so did Zim for the 4. But there should have only been 3. This is the reason why here. Somebody stepped out of the seat. The seat was open. So instead of holding an election, the council appointed that person, which was Captain Dan.
Well, sometimes whenever you have these kind of things, these kinds of if you're basically being appointed and you're filling in that spot, it doesn't change when the 3s and the 2s happen. It won't change. They're going to be there for a temporary period of time. Ours does the same thing. There's 7 members, I think that's right, 7 members, and then there's 2 from the 2 or 3 from the county. And the way that it's set up is the county can't appoint any more than that. And it doesn't matter where they pick them from. And then we've got a rotation where every year they will do an election, but it's amongst the board members to basically appoint them in that position, because it's non-paying for them. So they've got a certain position that they hold, whether it's chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer. That's pretty much your basic right there. And then you've got whenever, because it's on a rotation like that, what happens at the end of that rotation is somebody will get gone, or that seat will be vacated because they were appointed by, for example, the county. So that seat will be vacated, and the county has the option to put that person back in. But they have that option every 2 or 3 years to sort of rotate them in and out. It's pretty cool the way they've got it set up.
And we didn't know. I guess ignorance.
Hey, good evening, Captain Curran.
No excuse. So I
Captain
think
Dan.
we have to go back.
That's a yes, man. Yeah.
Basically,
look, it's 4 morons and Gale.
99-061-9021. And they set out, they clarify what requirements have to be met before he can be approved to sit on the council.
What requirements are you talking about?
That's where I see it.
Here's Don actually trying to save the town from legal liability. He's saying, hey, we're going to have to look this over again. This isn't right how we did it. We're going to have to go back through Florida statutes. Don's doing the exact same thing I'm doing. He's saying, Russell,
Yeah.
every time you open your mouth, every time you do something, it's illegal. Now, we've already shown that his own daughter, man, what was that name? That was, Charlene. We've already shown that his daughter is against the way and the things that he does, right? Now we're showing Don is against all the ways and the things that he does. Why would Don, this past couple weeks, nominate him as mayor?
Mr. Warren? Mr. Warren?
If there's a question involving yacht.
Do you think Mr. Worm's just in a scooter on the other end? Just
Yeah.
why is the town paying this man? I honestly, town of Otter Creek, you need to literally demand your town council to actually get a competent lawyer to represent you, because this is not okay. Now, here's the problem you have. You've had incredible lawyers in the past, and those lawyers want nothing to do with the liability and the incompetence of the people that you vote into your council. So until you put good people in your council, you're not going to be able to secure a good lawyer.
Hello, Debbie Morin. Good to see you, Mo Raid. Woohoo! I'm trying to be nice tonight, so I won't poke fun at that council. If you bought that, well, hey, Debbie. Oh, Mo Raiders. Awesome. Welcome. Hey, Zach. Just on. Hello, my soulless one. Did Just on get in here? She comes slipping in on me. I must have missed her. Shizzy, we need to get you back on the early stuff with Marilyn Raby and other stuff not related to all this drama. On the early stuff? Is this drama? Yeah. Marilyn Raby. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Marilyn Raby is. I have to check that out. I'm here for Shizzy and awesome people in chat. Thank you. Evening. What's up, Tammy Bugard? Hey, Mo and Raiders. Squid Pro Quo Squidley. Good to see you, Squid. Good to see you. Oh my gosh, Quack. What's up? What is up, Squid? What is up? So good to see you. I say howdy. Hey, it does happen. Sometimes it's just easier to say, howdy, oh y'all, how you doing? Y'all sure do smell nice and flowery like.
I've got a good one for you, though. I could sound like this.
Not doing that to you guys. Marilyn Rabb was Jeremy's warehouse landlord in Ohio. Oh, that's some Ohio stuff. See, I'm doing the Florida Man edition. That's why. See, I'm covering the Florida portion of this. And at some point I may go and do some of the what the hell stuff from Ohio. But this is like, I think I wanted to, one of the things I looked at is I found it so interesting because Florida is just, one state away from me. And seeing a lot of this is just really interesting to me. To sort of see where Jeremy is coming from in all of this. It was something that I found just intriguing. So that's why I'm doing that's why it's the Florida Man edition. That's why we got the flamingos. It's pronounced Raby. Okay. Did you see the latest video of What the Hell's today? No, I haven't. See, I'm doing a big catch up, and eventually I'll get to the one where they talked about it today. Hey, Just Dawn. Hello, darling. Oh my. Use proper bag plus old-fashioned mousetrap works like a charm. Ooh, yeah, that's true. It's rigor. Ah, that sucks. I wanted to know what vape you use. I have to stop smoking the cigs. I'm not allowed to advertise that on here. That's the thing. You can't advertise that kind of stuff. I don't promote doing any sort of bad vaping or smoking or anything like that. It's bad. It's horrible for you and it's no good. But there's there might be something that I use, but no, it's not something I'm allowed to talk about on here. All of it's bad, horrible, bad stuff. All of it's no good. So stay away from it. Moraine! Shizzy, it doesn't suck. I had a mouse on my nightstand last Thursday. Oh, well, I thought you said it was like all rigor mortis in your nightstand. That's why I was like, oh, that sucks. Yeah, getting a mouse out of your house is always a good thing. It's always a very good thing, having that thing removed. The place that I lived in, we had some rats, and it was just a warehouse kind of thing, and so I had a BB gun. And I got 5 rats in one night. That's how bad it was. I just reached up there and went pew with I think it was a spring loaded what do you call it, spring loaded pellet gun. It was pretty cool. And speaking of spring loaded,
Wee woo! Wee
Hello.
hello, Bo. How you doing?
Well, like my hair, I've only worn 173 wigs today. So.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. You know, I don't have to wear wigs, but whenever you just don't have the hair that wants to do what you want it to do.
Well,
yes.
yeah, pretty much. I did my first multi-character video, and editing is not as simple as it looks, which is why I need an assistant. Anyone would like to be my free assistant to do all of like the smarty bits, and I can just faff around in a wig and make fun of people? That would be awesome.
I know that feeling. Well, I mean, I get a kick out of doing it, and I usually will help people out if there's something that needs to be done, but it just, I
need to learn myself, but still.
Yeah, the learning part. Well, and then it just depends on what you're using, what program you're using, that kind of stuff, and the learning curve. And a lot of people want to go with the absolute free stuff, and I'll tell you what, free stuff is great, but it's very limited on it. And then once you get to a certain point, you're like, I'm just going to have to buy this. And then by the time you get to that point, it's like all of it's changed, and you're not used to the new stuff. You have to relearn it all.
And here's my problem with tutorials. They assume a basic level of computeriness that they shouldn't with me. I mean, I need like the Helen Keller of hand by hand, how are we going to do this? Bright neon signs everywhere. I'm like, I don't know. What's a hotkey? No, we make hot cakes, sweetie, not hotkeys. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm curious. Did your mic switch on you?
No, but people said that it's...
Okay. Here, I think I know what the problem is. Rotate your microphone. Rotate your microphone 180 degrees.
Did I butt end it again? For the love of all that is holy.
That's what I'm wondering.
Well, I've got
so
it
the
on
knob, so you can see the
omnidirectional.
knob, so you can see the knob.
Oh,
like have it
well,
facing you so you can see the knob.
Yep. Okie dokie. We can do this. I am a genius in my own mind.
Yeah, I learned this a while back that just the omnidirectional, it still won't pick up on the back side of it.
Weird.
And so you've got sound, and what'll happen is echo off of your keyboard or off of your screen and then come back at you. So yeah, having that. And I think I've got my audio issues fixed. Just let me know if this sounds a little bit better, because I've been trying to, I want to just give it a try.
Does that make me sound sexy?
Only to a small percentage of people, but the people that really like it are really gonna like you.
So something like this is better?
There's something deeply disconcerting about a prepubescent voice and then the beard.
Better, worse.
You know, someone's gonna love you.
I can just yell at you from across the room, Roger.
I like it. Sounds like you know, have the little thing in here about those don't smoking scare things.
Stop
they used to show.
smoking the cigarettes. Bad for you.
You kind of sound like Joe Biden.
This one too.
A little too much bass.
Little too much bass.
Just take it up about a half a bit, and then you've got Chef from South Park, and if you break into salty balls, it'll make my year.
Some salty balls. I don't know about salty balls. I'm gonna count.
Lord. 2024, you ridiculous diamond, shine on, but you don't need to put all the crazy. You don't need to front load it.
Oh my God. I was just having fun with that. I thought it'd be pretty cool to.
No, that sounds, I've got to figure that. I've got to replug in my Stream Deck. I spent 2 hours trying to put it together, and then I dumb clicked or something and erased all of my 2 hours. So it is in the corner of shame on my desk to think about what it's done.
Yes. Well, I managed to figure out how to get the stuff working on mine. I've been having like the weirdest problems with audio. And everybody was said that my sound was really low, and they were cranking it up in the StreamYard, and then other people were coming on. It was like it's too high. I couldn't figure it out, but I think I've got it settled out where it should have a good volume to it now, because it was really screwy for a while, like the past week. And I finally got it figured out, I think.
YouTube's just been odd this last week. I don't know if it's just me or everyone, but I think it's everyone. So
it's solar flares.
That's what I thought. Either that or Mercury was in retrograde.
Yes.
If I believed astrology, which I do because I'm a Cancer.
You know, it's funny. Every time that little thing pops up, it makes me think of Boob Window. Like, just, and all it is like, it looks like a tie, and then it's got the shoulders. So it's got the tie, the head, but every time it like first pops on, I'm like, is that a penis she just showed? And I was like, oh no, it's not. It's just a shoulders. And I was like, and then so I've gotten used to being like a head and shoulders, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Boob Window. I'm just like, do I need to look away?
Like when Megan was doing the Legos, it was all chestular area.
Yeah, chestular area. Everyone's just like, yes. Well, never trust anyone. That's funny. Chizzy, never trust anyone else on how you sound. By the way, you sound quiet. Well, if it does, oh well, it'll be fine. I'm sure that if Mo can hear me, I'm fine.
I can hear you.
And yes. It's not just barely hear me, right?
No, you sound about normal kind of loudness. I sometimes put the sound down just because Jeremy or sometimes stuff is a little louder. Okay. And I don't want to blow out my eardrums.
Yeah. Nothing like keeping your eardrums. Yeah. So this one is just basically going through the old council stuff and I'm probably just going to skip over this one
It has
because,
an entire Ghostbuster room.
yeah, it's
I
pretty
like
damn
it.
awesome. It's pretty awesome. I do like the Ghostbuster room. It's pretty neat. He was doing one, I think, over the weekend where it was that he was showing his place. I think a place in Ohio. Oh, it's this place. He was sort of showcasing this place that we're going to see next. So see the background behind him. That's just a place that he has out in the woods. I guess that's in Ohio somewhere. And he was sort of showcasing and giving people a walk around of this. That's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool.
At D. Robertson, you have no idea. If I had all the money in the world, I would have a Sailor Moon Futurama, museum. It would be. There's a reason God doesn't let me win the lottery.
The only thing that jumps out at you is when I use the letter S in chat, it seems very loud. That's probably just the way I talk. As I talk with a lisp. Kidding. So bad.
Gosh,
Otter
that was
Creek
the
Town
funniest
Hall
thing
still locked.
when you and I were watching the presidential, I think, State of the Union,
Uh-huh.
and we were like, yeah, this guy has definitely the hand guy.
Oh yeah,
We were
he's
like- and we were both
he's sign
like,
languages
lisp.
and lisp. Yeah, sign languages with a lisp. Yes, Ghostbuster. Yes, Ghostbuster, Garbage Pail Kids, and more. Ghostbuster, Garbage Pail Kids, and more. Yeah, and some people enjoy collections like that. Like I know that Mo does. Me, I stopped doing the collections years and years ago, because of my status as being basically homeless. So,
That'll take your, collecting. I mean,
few decades ago, it was like, yeah, if I can't have a stable place, then I don't need to be collecting stuff. Like,
I don't know, Shizzy. Did you ever think that all those Beanie Babies you didn't collect would have gotten you to retirement?
nope.
God, do you remember when Beanie Babies, they were selling it on QVC, like this one, the Princess Diana one, the Candle in the Wind, it's going to be worth your mortgage. And I'm like, I was 9 and I looked around and like, this seems dumb.
Yeah.
Does anyone else think this seems dumb? No? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't understand a lot of I have a hard time with the collectors. I mean, it's fine if people collect. I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying, for me personally, like I've got the musical instruments that I want. I haven't never really been a big collector. Usually I try to keep, a certain amount of guitars, a certain amount of basses. I don't have a drum kit currently because what I'm looking for, I'm just waiting for the price to go down on it. I know what I want to get for a drum kit, and it's going to be small and easy to compact and pack away, and still has a good sound to it. But yeah, I'm just not a big collector of things like that. I collect more junk than anything, and so I have to continuously cycle through the junk. Yeah.
Can I tell you that in the event that both of my in-laws were coming to my room, I'm glad I've taken all my books out, because she sends me like the Amish, sweating bonnets.
Oh yeah.
Romances.
Yeah, bonnet rippers.
And my books need at least 3 sprays of holy water on them. So I was glad I didn't have to remove those.
Awesome.
Because I was like, oh, my Kindle needs Jesus.
Oh, does it?
Or maybe they'll learn something new and won't tell me because something about this face says, let me tell you about my smexy time problems. And I'm like, no. No. We don't do that anymore.
No.
Don't make me bring the bad touch doll back and point to the brainy bits where it hurt.
Hey, what was that? Shiz and Mower. Snoop Dogg calls y'all Mo Shizzle. What is up? Man, you've got to just be absolutely busy as all get out getting everything put together.
Oh, I know.
I mean, that's just
finding bake her a cheesecake.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Planning your trip to Waffle House at 3 a.m.
Yes. Planning that. And so what I'm going to be doing this next week, as people are going out to the Friday Night Live, hanging out with expert and all the people that are going to be there for the Friday Night Live and Dollywood and all that, is I'll be as I'm going through my day, I'll probably have a stream up randomly throughout the day. So I'm going to be out of town. Hard for me to get a lot of work done and deal with pups and stuff like that. So I'll probably just open up a stream and then throw out the invite to like expert. So all they have to do is just if they want to get on, he can drop them a link to, their Twitter, Discord or whatever. And they'll be able to get on while they're there at the Dollywood, or if they're there at a Friday Night Live or something like that, just sort of give them a chance to keep people updated on what's going on with it. I'm just probably set up the stream for them to be able to just jump in there anytime they want to. I think it'd be pretty cool. Having fun. Awesome. Oh yeah, that's very cool. Walk through on Friday, ready to go live right there, right then. It's going to be awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm going to keep it sort of open for those guys to be able to just anytime that I'm going live, I'll just drop like a link to the expert, maybe Volstorm, Diva, because expert sometimes forgets, or he might get bogged down. So send it out to a couple.
Never forgets. He's just always on time and never early or late, because wizards aren't.
No, they're always there whenever they need to be there. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just basically opening it up. So, I'll just, open it up, have some streams, watch some random things on the YouTubes. Who knows what I'll be doing in the meantime, and just sort of let people come in, go as they like, and give them like a little bit of time to say, hey, I'm sitting here on top of this Ferris wheel and we're stuck. We've been up here for like the past 2 hours and it really sucks, but I was able to get a connection, and well, I don't know what I'm going to do in the meantime. And then, they can talk about their great experience of sitting on top of a Ferris wheel at Dollywood or whatever it is they happen to be doing, just let them hang out. I thought that would be pretty cool. So that way they don't have to set up a stream and all that kind of stuff. And if they're just like, hey, I'm planning on doing a stream tonight or something like that, they'll be able to, let people know when their stream is, because most of them will be like, I'm just going live, so that way you can sort of give people the heads up, say, hey, they're talking about going live at X, Y, whatever time. And if you want to go check them out, then here you go. Nice place to pause. Lefty. That's funny. It does happen.
Not a single resident has been inside that the residents know of. We know Russ the Sus and Tricky Richard have been inside taking out documents by the wagon load. Nobody knows yet where those documents went or what those documents were about. But we hope to find out.
It could have been their porn
Not a single
collection.
resident has been able to return their overdue books. And we know how Otter Creek loves to give late fees, especially when they send me bills that arrive in the mail after their due date. Who knows what's going to happen with the library fines? There's murmuring that the new council, they're going to hold an emergency meeting to try and open this town hall back up for the people.
Oh, yeah. See if that'll happen.
The biggest question on everybody's mind is, how can a town of 100 people hold an election and almost 2 months later, we still don't have a mayor in place? We have a carried over interim mayor. And
exactly.
We understand why the legal advice was to actually carry him over as interim, because we don't have the elected mayor. Keep in mind, Don in the last
cycles.
Yes. Nicola.
If I hear hanging Chad one more time.
Nicola, you had 2 bad broken ribs, pneumonia, but it will pass. Thanks. I'm not going to let them break my spirit. These chest pains keeping me up. How you been? I mean, I'm sorry. That's rough right there. I
All
told
the
you.
donkey balls. Just
Well, that's what it was. She grabbed the donkey by its balls and it kicked her in the chest. What in the hell did you do, girl? Holy cow! That's what I'm wondering.
tell me
How?
your husband did, packed your parachute like that one guy.
Oh my God! How did you break your ribs? Yeah, I'm asking the same question. Like, how in the hell did you break your ribs? I'm hoping it was pleasurable.
I'm hoping it's at least a good story. Like, at least my foot was like a walking drive-by deer attack. Mostly I startled, but that's what I say.
Oh my God! You had surgery Friday on your leg and woke up in recovery with John Crook special. Oh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Sprained ribs are painful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yipes.
Oh.
What have I told you about being the, what is it? The shaker or the speedster and roller derby?
Yeah.
When women throw elbows, you gotta throw hands. Yikes.
I think I fell in the shower.
Okay, I'd go with the roller derby thing.
I would go with I would just go with some rough sex, and well, it wasn't bad. No, because then you start laughing and then it hurts really bad. You're just like, no, don't make me laugh.
Yeah.
You're placed on that flamingo. I know it is, isn't it? Love how she's perfectly placed on the flamingo.
Well, I had to wear this inside out because I had to play Donna, and this is my only orange-ish shirt.
I gotcha.
And I was coming back in a windy outfit. I'm like, why does this not look right? I had Donna's hair on. Mr. Mo was like, how many people live in your brain? I was like, you don't want to know, but most of them like you. The majority likes you right now.
Meeting tried to nominate Russell yet again as mayor. Don doesn't agree with Russell on anything. Don actually threatened to sue Russell and the town well before I have. And yet all of a sudden Don comes up and wants to nominate Russell as mayor. The other candidates want Therese, who was in Israel, who booked this trip 8 months ahead of time with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars invested into this trip, in which Russ the sus, illegally canceled the meeting where a new mayor would have been nominated, and then illegally scheduled another meeting where the new mayor should have been voted in, and yet couldn't because she was out of the country. What's Russ the sus doing while he's interim mayor? Well, number one, he should have a job posting already for the new town clerk. Does he? Nope. Not a single person has seen it in the Chiefland Citizen paper, which the Chiefland Citizen paper has already run a front page story on the corruption and the backhand dealings of Otter Creek. The dysfunction, which is out of control, which our interim mayor just goes on to prove how dysfunctional he truly is. Has he opened town hall so people can pay their water bills? No, that hasn't happened either. Has anybody even read the meters? Don't know about that one. Will anybody actually get a bill? Well, every time I get a bill, it's past the due date. So I'm going to guess that everybody this next month, if we even get a bill, it's going to be past the due date, which means everybody in Otter Creek is funding Russ the Sus's corruption. What's been the response to my lawsuit? Absolutely nothing. They legally have 20 days to respond to the lawsuit. Initially, they had 30 days to respond to the records request. It went over 60 days before I filed lawsuit. And honestly, it's been over 3 years before I've received anything whatsoever. And now they have 3 days. As of right now, 3 days, because May 29th, 2023 will be Memorial Day. That's the day they must have a filed response. And yet, nothing. Literally nothing. Proving yet again, this mayor is begged the people he serves to sue us. I've proven over and over again, number one, that Mary Math is scary, has lied to me repeatedly. She is a pathological liar. Now, I believe everything flows from leadership. I've proven as well that Russell is a pathological liar. And we've even flashed back 10 years to show that Russell has stated to a previous council who wanted him to clean up his messes that he will never, ever be told what to do with his property. But banks came in and kicked him out of his property because the man can't even handle financial stewardship in his own pocket, let alone the town's pocket. This town is on the brink of bankruptcy. I wonder where all the funds might be going. In quite possibly the most dysfunctional town council you have ever seen or ever will see in your life, the insanity continues in Otter Creek. We're going to flash back yet again. I've shown you a portion of this town hall meeting where Don and Russell butt head to head. We're joining the process where they're talking about removing the AC from the septic tank. Who in their right mind would ever cover a septic tank with an AC, air conditioning unit? And you wonder why these people are so crazy? They're literally sucking in the crap and then spewing it back out. And here comes some more.
We need to, go ahead and get process on moving the air conditioner. It's got to be moved.
Yeah, this is all old news. So I'm gonna.
But I love that Dazed and Confused Barney Fife is always there asking like, what are we doing today? We're having a meeting. That's why I'm here. Did we get a report about this at any point for a meeting today? It's like,
yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah, that's Don the Con. He is
the tall, skinny one, not the one that looked like Hank Hill. Older.
The tall, skinny one. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, the one that wears shorts with the socks up to his.
I believe that's Sim. I think that's right. Let's see.
I don't know.
Oh, I see why. I was like, it seems like we're missing something here. Like it's just going back over stuff. Okay, it wasn't because hadn't got there to it. Okay, that makes sense. So what it was is I was like, because we already know all this and we've already like caught up to it. So this is a catch up to I went back too far. Like something's not working right. Stuart. I didn't pay enough to innuendo in that last post. I must try harder. That's right.
Wait a minute.
Try.
Don called the cops because the roommate stole his devil's lettuce. Why isn't... Can we bring cops back? I need cops, Florida man. 100% just in this town. All the deputies can stand like this, with their bra straps. It'll be very... I feel
Did you ever see the movie Run, Ronnie, Run?
No.
Oh. Give me a second. I'll show you the preview for it because it is.
Wait, cops are still on?
It is going to be the funniest thing that you ever saw, and I'll show you the trailer for it. It was like 20 years ago that this came out.
It's just weird that that's now the 1990s instead of the 70s, like I keep thinking it is.
Yeah,
20 years.
So here's the trailer for it, and this is damned hilarious. So rated R, of course. It's the kind of movie it is.
So there's some boobs in it.
Reality entertainment was getting to be a real bore.
I got me one!
Until one man found his true calling.
What are you doing in here? I live here first, Nate. People build a house around me.
Okay. He should have his own show.
I'm gonna take you to Hollywood and build a TV show around you and your talent for getting arrested.
I hope you don't mind becoming rich and famous.
Hell no. When he gets arrested, get him in the car, get the car pulling away, boom!
You're under arrest.
You can't arrest me, you're a hooker.
I'm undercover.
Well, then you shouldn't be hooking.
Officer, he took my hair.
There he goes, officer!
Run, Ronnie, run!
Only in Hollywood!
I have a surprise for you.
He's glorious, like an angel sparkling loogie. Don't you do it! Don't you do it!
Put it down.
I got a million change! I'm chilling! Ah! I know they talking about beer, but I can think of another pair I'd like to grab.
New Line Home Entertainment presents.
Come on, dog, eat that vomit.
I'm sorry, that was an inappropriate scene to show here.
Now you better run. The story of a nobody.
Let's have us a champagne jam. Yeah!
Who became somebody.
Got a beer in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, no. No, that's a hard-on. You gave that to me.
By offending everybody.
This goat ate my shoes and my shirt and my hat and my wallet. Arrest this goat! Arrest him! Yellow.
Ronnie, it's Terry.
Oh, hang on. He's right here. Hey, man, it's for you.
Run, Ronnie, run.
No, it's me on the phone. I'm on the phone. Okay, yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. It looks like he's on another call.
Run, Ronnie, run. Available on DVD and VHS.
Okay, it does look like Joe Dirt's son. I love
This
Joe
is
Dirt.
before Joe Dirt.
Really?
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh.
Yes, this was before Joe Dirt. It is by far one of the funniest movies, especially whenever he tells Jeff Goldblum, "Fuck you, Jeff Goldblum."
I love that Jeff Goldblum basically plays himself playing the guy on Jurassic Park now. Every single one of his characters is is him playing himself.
Yes. Oh, where is it? What is it? Oh, here we go. Let me see. One more. I'll have to share this because it's damned hilarious. All right, here we go.
Why don't you leave him alone? Hey, you looking for an ass to kick? Because I got one. My face and your ass.
Oh, you think you're really clever, don't you, boy? Well, let me tell you something. When I get elected governor, and I'm gonna, the first thing I'm gonna do is put all you scum in jail. You know the second thing I'm gonna do?
First, send to jail. Second, oh yeah, go to the faggot store, buy yourself a new mustache.
No. I'm gonna make sure you never get out again. You hear me talking to you, boy? Why don't you bunch of losers try to find something useful to do? Like killing yourself.
Yes.
I can't believe that guy ended up being the bad guy on the Chipmunks. I mean, he had such promise.
Yes, he did. He did. He had great promise. Oh, yeah. That is by far one of my favorite movies. You have to see that movie. Yes, it is. Run, Ronnie, Run is one of those that, and I try to remember what the comedian's name is. Damn it. But he
married that young chick from the Traveling Pants, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I don't know. He always looks slightly like he needs to make sure he tells people before he moves around schools.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm sorry. I just have to inform you of my status.
Well, it was a character that he did. I'm trying to think what the name of the. Let me give it just a second. I'll be able to pull it up here. Give me just a second. I'll figure it out. Give me a second. I'm looking to see if I can find it.
Was he on? Oh gosh, Mad Max TV.
David Cross. Thank you. Yeah, yes. David Cross. Yeah, David Cross. I was sitting there trying. I'm like, I know this guy's name, but I can't remember.
This guy has a name. My mom's the best. You can tell. You can literally, and people have like, hey, you remember that guy who was in that thing? And she's like, what you wanted was Kevin Bacon circa 1943 before he hadn't met, his lovely wife. I mean, knows all of it. And I'm over here, what was my name again?
It says, and lives exactly 1,001 yards away from an elementary school.
Yes. That would be a yes.
It's hilarious.
I've been subpoenaed as the key witness in battery charges against Mary DeGroot, the former town clerk of Otter Creek. And I've got to fly back home to Otter Creek today as well to pay my water bill.
That sucks. Like, could you imagine having to go pay a water bill?
Regardless of her age, regardless of anything that encompasses
frequent
who Mary
flyer
is, no
points that
government
he has.
official should
He's
ever
got the
place their
Stacy
hands on the people.
Bakehouse. I mean, Stacy's, RV dream boat. I mean,
well,
soon he'll have an entire Barbie collection.
Yeah, that's true. Well, so here's the thing with this whole, Jeremy going up against her. What really sucks is not frequent flyer miles. That'd be concerned. We're talking like a $20 water bill.
Well, that's that is even my HOA, which sucks out loud at anything and everything, upgraded a website where we could pay our fees online.
Well, and for 100 people,
those guys do 7% of a half-assed job.
And if you think about this, if you have, say you have 100 people that live there, but there's only, and we'll just roughly estimate there's 50 residences. That's 2 people per household. Just a rough estimate. So if you've got 50 households, 50 homes, even 25 homes, and each one of them has a water bill, and they're paying the water bill of $25 a month for water. Okay, just on average, that's what their water bill is. And then they have a late fee that comes across, being at like, another $5. So you multiply that every month times 50. You start
I can't
getting
deal with Mary's office. I can't deal with her just making up prices like, oh, it's actually going to be more expensive, or it used to go to be more expensive, but then it's not.
Because you have a 2-inch pipe, and it's just like, that doesn't change the amount of water that I use.
Yeah, and he put in the 2-inch piping himself, I believe.
Well, yeah, they had to tap into it, get the 2-inch piping out to him, because there was no piping that ran out there. They actually had to do road work and put in 2-inch pipe, lay it out there.
And I thought he paid the difference for that, because they would charge, but
yeah, he paid the difference for it.
None of this makes any sense, but
yeah, most water bill for most of Otter Creek residents was $22.50. So you got $22.50 average water bill, and then if you get a late charge of $5, $2, whatever, that's money coming in because person's sending it all late. Like they're sending it to you like after it would be, you would have to pay your late fee.
And if I'm correct, isn't the post office like 2 feet away? So you can say, here, Madam Postwoman, take these out on your rounds today.
Yeah. Or drop them off yourself. I mean, I don't know, but it's just, that's just shady right there. You don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like if for example, we were, YouTube was providing a service. Okay. So they're say I've got premium. Okay. It's automatically debited from my account. But imagine if they said, no, you have to come to us and pay. All right. And then they send you the bill 7 days after it was due. Like, how much do I owe you guys? And they go, well, you have to show up here or else it's going to get mailed to you. And that might take 7 days because it has to go out from here, and that goes to another county. And then the county handles it. So the main postal exchange over in this county handles it. And then they flip it all around. And then they send a truck back with all those letters. Like, because you live outside of Jacksonville, but Jacksonville is the main hub. So you mail something and it goes all the way to Jacksonville before it comes back to Otter Creek kind of thing. It's just like, Jesus. There's a reason why the postal service is designed to be slow and inefficient. It is not meant to be efficient and quick.
It's a government program. Need we say more?
It's a government funded program. That's all it is. It's not a government program. It's just government funded.
Well, they keep raising the price on future stamps. It better be funded better than Social Security.
Well, the best way to do that is buy a whole bunch of the future stamps. Like, just once a month, go and buy some of the stamps.
True. I generally don't send mail anymore.
Right. But then you can turn around and sell them. But then you can turn around and sell them for the price at cost.
See, when Mad Max comes to be, forever stamps are going to be the currency.
Yep.
Don't tell no one I told you, okay?
Shh. We'll all be sending letters because, that's how the post office operates. I feel scammed.
Or anyone that they have been voted in or hired in to serve. This is absolutely not okay what Mary did.
If she would have called you and would have said, Jeremy touched me, I would have spent the night in jail last night. The law is the law is the law for everybody. So yes, absolutely. She should be held accountable to the law. If you have not watched any of my videos, you have no idea what these people have done to me. And I'm sick and tired of it. And so I'm at a point of keeping them accountable to everything. So yes, absolutely. I think she should go to jail.
What if Mary did this to a police officer? If she placed her hands on a 46-year-old police officer and pushed him out of town hall?
Well, in some context, probably nothing.
No. I get his point. I really do. But I think that any juror in their right mind are going to nullify and not send this woman to, 2 weeks in the pokey.
Yeah.
Because she pushed him out. But it is the double standard there. But I think, there's also common sense stuff.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying is on my Discord, right? What? I'm sorry. Tammy, you bought 100 forever stamps. I've used one since. Oh, nice. And Nicole, I didn't know that you can ask one of the mods. What did they ask in? I have like 5 rolls of forever stamps from when I had my shop downtown. I sealed them too. Yep. That's the way to do it. Price of stamps go up in July. See? Yeah. Speaking of post-apocalyptic mail, Kevin Costner is the postman. Yeah, I have like 6 rolls or something like that of forever stamps. I get some on a regular basis because we do a lot of mailing out and postage and crap like that. And it's, on the like bulk stuff that we have to do, it's I just print out stuff from stamps.com because I can print out 1,000 stamps or whatever if I need to, and then it's just peel stick, whatever. But yeah, it's.
I do.
Go ahead.
We just buy extra books of stamps because I can never remember
if you have any.
So post office, you win. I can't remember nothing.
Well, thank you, Karen Segner. Price of stamps go up in July. That's good to know. I had no idea that's whenever it actually happened. What is it? I think it was a friend on Discord. You might have. If you're looking at me, we might be friends on Discord. I think we are. I'll send you a dick pic. How's that? And I make a joke about that because usually what it is, whenever I send dick pics, I send pictures of like Dick Cheney or Richard Nixon or Dick Van Dyke, or just like I send them all the time. Whenever I say that, whenever I say I'm joking about, yep, he will send one. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
Tracy, I
Yep.
forgot about him.
Yeah. Yes. That is true.
You think Mary would have still had charges? You know the answer. I know the answer. The answer is absolutely yes. What if I would have placed my hands on Mary? Do you think that Mary would have pressed charges? The answer is absolutely yes. By Mary's own words, everybody in the town should be treated equally. That's it.
And you should be treated just like everyone else is.
The reality is, Mary has not only not treated everybody equally, then claims she's a victim of unfair treatment. When it was Mary that was actually charging me above and beyond what everybody else pays for water. She was targeting me under the direction of Russ the Sus.
And I'm being billed what other people aren't being billed. So for example, Otter Creek Post Office is a commercial property. You're not charging them at a commercial rate, you're charging them $22.50. I have other commercial or business owned properties around me. For example, the hunting club, that's not being charged at a commercial rate, it's being charged at $22.50. So why am I, as a resident of Otter Creek, being charged $50 for something that just out of the blue, you guys pulled and went, okay, I'm gonna charge them $50.
Well, they'll take it up with the council.
So who made that decision? The council didn't, because I've already talked to council members, some of them. So the council doesn't know anything about this. Some of those members, who told you to bill me at $50 a month?
Mary and Russell were hiding lots of things. We have things that are hidden, like a hidden secret room here in the house. Now, Mary and Russell, they weren't so good at hiding things.
Cool.
They actually contained all the information in over 6,000 emails. Not very smart, if you ask me. And one of the questions I have is I was being targeted to pay more for water in the town of Otter Creek. Some of
to
you
get
are
away
sitting there
from
going,
kids?
well, the water's so bad, shouldn't it be Otter Creek?
Yes.
No, it's still Otter Creek, although the water does smell. Everybody wants to know, well, was Russell paying full amount on his water bill? Was Mary paying full amount on her water bill? What about Don the Con? Was he paying the full amount of his water bill? Well, here's what I can tell you. I know they weren't paying the amount I was, because I'm the only individual that I am aware of in Otter Creek that's got a 2-inch meter. Even though Mary tried to state that there were others, she lied.
Am I the only one in town with a 2-inch meter?
There's one other.
Who's the other?
Jesus.
I don't know.
The battery charges with Mary, they're completely and totally different than
Well,
the
she
lawsuit
didn't want to
with the
give
town
it.
of Otter Creek.
She didn't want to give the
lawsuit with town
name
Otter
of who
Creek
it
is
was.
a public information request.
'Cause
I
she didn't
requested
know
information that they legally
what
have to
people he had already
provide,
talked
and
to.
they did not. Mary didn't, Russell didn't,
Or
the attorney
who he
Warren
would
didn't,
talk to.
nobody did. Therefore,
Yeah.
that was the first in the lawsuits. Once I got the information, or if I get the information, then I would go through all of
gorgeous.
the different ordinances, all of
Pop
the
in and
different
say hello and say what a
absolute,
fantastic
ridiculous
show last
resolutions
night. Y'all
that
are
target me
crazy. I love
specifically
every minute
for
of
my
it.
water line. And then
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We had such a good time last night doing that. It was just an absolute fun time. And I wish you could have been there. You would have had just as much fun, but we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah,
and that's
it
Go
was
ahead.
not a great day, leg wise, but Mr. Mo made the children clean, so I got to hear their whining.
That's nice. Yeah, it was so we did that one last night. We won't do one this weekend, and we won't do one the following weekend.
Yeah.
So because I'm going to be out of town and everybody else has got F&L going on, and it's just going to be easier to just skip a couple of weeks, and then we come back with a fresh story, which the next one is going to be, let's see if I can do this in the proper way. Yeah.
I think this happened. It's aliens.
Meet Earthlings. Mary had a little lamb. Broke back mountain goats with probing. Eurovision Song Contest in San Francisco in the 60s.
That is a blend of all of the insanity. I love it.
Yes.
I mean, it's not an established trope, really. It subverted my expectations. It really did.
Yes. Like I said, chat comes up with some really good stuff. I was like, hey, how about we come up with one? My panel was like, no, our brains are fried. Let's let chat do it. So we did, and chat took over. It's gonna be off the rails in a couple of weeks. What was that?
Oh, I push the thing. Push my mic because I'm a dingus.
If I may, the kids need to pitch in and help you out.
Oh.
You've got limitations now, and that's life. I mean, no disrespect.
Oh no.
Exactly.
They were cleaning because it was Mother's Day. The boys have taken on some stuff, but let's be real here. A wild feral sweeping the floor. I might as well just throw kitty litter on the floor with about as much as it gets done.
Yes.
So Mr. Moe was out there directing the chaos, because if not, there would have been like lemon pledge sprayed so it smells like you dusted. Not that I know, Mom, I never did that, if you're watching.
Look at that. Harriet Williams
time to dust.
with the a picture of the Northern Lights over the weekend. Hi from soggy South Georgia. The only reason I know that is because I saw that the day that she posted that up. She said that I went out and I used this for my avatar. I got a picture of the Northern Lights. So yes, I it's weird, the kind of weird stuff that filters into my brain and I remember. And if you ask me like in 2 weeks, I'll completely forget that I even knew that.
You know, I can remember weird factoids that don't need to be inserted into a story, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because it was funny and I just thought of it.
That's me. Yes. Squirrel.
Yeah, I
Two
know. I'm
based
like,
on
not
targeting
that this
and
goes with anything of the story, but I just had this really funny thought. So we're interrupting current story to tell you this funny thing.
Yes. That's why your news goes so well. That's why people love it so much. Because you're telling the story and then you're just like, but there was this time, and you just like all of a sudden switch gears. I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. There are pictures of them from Wales. They were outstanding. Awesome. That is so cool. That is very cool. Cannot wait to see those.
Sue based on illegally not doing code enforcement, sue based on everything they were doing illegally and everything they were not doing that they were supposed to be doing, which was also illegal. So battery charges are a completely different set of issues based off of the lawsuit, which is public information. I've yet today to receive that public information via Chapter 119 public records via email and hand delivery to the records custodian. This is a formal request.
Are they the super mayor from Chicago?
Please direct your responses to me. Number one, please provide the
They
town of
also
Otter
don't wanna
Creek
give up.
town charter. When the mayor Russell told the sheriff to remove me, the sheriff did this, had his hands like this and went. Not only did the sheriff refuse to remove me, Russell then illegally closed the meeting and council members began to literally run out. This isn't the first lawsuit the town of Otter Creek has been in over records. As a matter of fact, we've shown clips before of Charlene. You remember Charlene, why is your dad working on water that's green? Charlene is the daughter of Russ the Sus. And Charlene in 2013 addressed the town council, specifically referring to the previous lawsuits over records requests. And they actually fire back at her and go, are you making an official records request? This was already an issue in the records request arena and lawsuits and the whole deal.
No,
this
never
isn't
worry
something
about
new for the
that.
town of Otter Creek.
You get some
And that
rest.
just kind of coincides with the public records law.
Always rest is very important. And if you're just not feeling it, just get some rest. It is absolutely okay. You can just do what I do whenever I'm tired and there's something I want to listen to. I just turn on my phone and then I lay there and then I go to sleep to it. Awesome.
That's
glorious. Oh yeah. Dude took pictures of Northern Lights. Yeah, spectacular they were. Yeah, you're in your planes on Georgia Southwestern State University. Yeah, I know where you're at.
Lawsuit that's already happened. If the sunshine rules aren't being followed correctly, isn't that opening the town up for another lawsuit?
You better believe it, Charlene. And your dad is the reason why.
Do you guys follow sunshine laws? Because that is something that...
Absolutely.
Oh, sure. No, they don't.
Do you think they learned their lesson? Absolutely not. They went back and they have done the exact same things. But if we go back to 2012, who was the town clerk back then during the lawsuit era? Oh yeah, we got another plot twist for you. It was Don the Con's wife, Rosemary, who trained Mary,
Jail's gonna be so scary.
Oh.
So does that mean Rosemary is going to be found liable for some of these issues as well? Remember, Rosemary served in that era years ago, 10 years ago. It's Mary.
Ain't no
What's the
clerk.
sus in this era?
Ain't no
and
show.
Don the Con, yeah, I have no doubt he knew of all of these things going on. He likes to play dumb. Some of you right now are thinking, but Jeremy, he is. Some of you are even thinking, well, if they all go to jail, Jeremy, will you go and visit them in jail?
Say some
I want to be
prayers.
clear. The end all goal is, and I am not shy about this. My end all goal is Russ the Sus is in jail, Mary's in jail, Laura Mott is in jail, and Don the Con, and anybody else who's been involved in this corruption. This is not okay on any level of any government. When you're doing this to the people who are paying you, when you're doing this to the people who are actually voting you in office, and you behind the scenes
Get some
are
rest.
collaborating,
Good. You have a
and
good
you are collusion against
very
them,
good night.
not okay. You're stealing. That's what it comes down to. Stealing. Will I visit them in jail if they go to jail? Hell's yes. Are you kidding? George and I will be there with cameras. We'll ask them all kinds of questions. And what's Don gonna do? Were we all bamboozled? Did we just all get duped? I didn't see this coming. Plot twist. And the paper. People keep asking us, Jeremy, why not just move? Why not get out of there? I would never put up with that. Okay, so number one, why do we live in Otter Creek? We picked Otter Creek based on its geographical location. We wanted to be next to the Gulf. We go over to Cedar Key, we see pods of dolphin. We love it. It's very peaceful, very relaxing. We have one of the most beautiful nature environments that we get to go hide in and live in and do whatever we want on 75 plus acres now that we own in Otter Creek.
Yes.
Hopefully a whole lot more coming up across the street, anywhere. We'll just buy the property up, we'll clean it up. If the others won't, we will. So why Otter Creek? Why even live there? It's an amazing place. And others want to know, why would you stay? Because there are precious, precious people. The nice thing is eventually through the legal process, we'll be able to just wipe all the stains away, throw it in the toilet, do a little flush. You know what? Ultimately, we're going to flush the Russ. So, Russ the Sus might have been at home sleeping for all we know at the last town hall meeting. What we do know is he didn't show. And what we do know is nobody's seen him since. But the world wants to know, how many meetings can he miss before he's removed? Here's what we know based on the town charter. The town charter is the bylaws. It's what governs how they operate in town hall. And it cannot go against state laws, and it cannot go against federal laws. So we know if you miss one meeting, you can still get paid for that meeting. And we hope that Russell does not get that $100 for that
don't
meeting.
quite get the glass
Based on the charter,
wall
you can still get
bathroom,
paid. If you
but-
miss
I mean, I'd like to scare all woodland creatures with myself.
Well, he has woods all around him, from what I remember on this property. It's just, but it's still funny.
I'd like to give the squirrels a reason to cut my brakes lines this time.
We don't ever want to see that again. What are you doing? They wouldn't cut mine. They would remove them permanently.
Oh no, they chewed through my brake lines. I was driving Mr. Moe's car. And I was like, this doesn't feel right. But I thought, I hadn't driven this car in a while. Well, after white knuckling it through a bunch of S-turns, I parked it and I was like, Mr. Moe, I think your brakes are done. I'm parking here until you can drive me somewhere. Yeah, no, they chewed through the brake line. I'm like, Jesus, what did I do in a past life to some squirrels?
Aw, hey kitten.
Okay,
Says, look, I would protect you. I would have taken the squirrels out for you.
No, she's
like you mentioned
open the
squirrels.
door.
I'm here.
Door's trying to scratch the carpet up.
Yes. Jeremy's surrounded by a national forest, a bunch of. Yes. There's a basketball bathroom is the one on the second floor. Also borders a state park, no neighbors, and the window opens. I just can't see the image of deer staring at you. You should do a number 2 with loud gas. Well, I'm sure that they know that sound really well.
I mean, imagine you don't even have to go outside to get your buck this year.
Yeah. Just saying. Just saying. Oh, this is awesome. I love it.
2 meetings, you don't get paid. From my understanding, it's after every single meeting after that. You could come to the next one, miss another one, you shouldn't get paid. So it should be based off of every meeting Russell has ever missed. So he just spent 2 years on the council as mayor. He's missed meetings before because we know Vice Mayor Stuart Stewart, not making it up, real name, Stuart Stewart, the vice mayor, actually ran the meeting illegally, and he did not follow Robert's Rules of Order by any stretch of the imagination. Motions and it was just a mess. It was a mess, and we've shown that. It's all on the playlist here in Otter Creek. And so we know he's already missed a meeting. In my personal opinion, based on how I read and interpret the charter, he should not be paid. Russ the sus should not be paid. If he misses a second meeting, no payment after that. And by the 3rd meeting, they can then replace him. What they'll end up doing is they'll kick him out, and then they'll make an appointee or an appointment into that seat. They can't run a full election again. That election has to fall on that schedule in the calendar. But what they'll do is they'll ask for letters of interest to be appointed onto the council, and from that they'll go, well, this person asks qualifications. Okay, we'll take this person here and we'll appoint them to actually run out the remainder of the seat. We honestly think that's what's going to happen because Russ the sus isn't communicating with anyone. He's in hiding. And when I fly back to Otter Creek, I'm going to do my best to try and find him. You understand, I'm going to have to go places that I normally don't go. Some have asked, Jeremy, can you just go show us Russ's place? You know what? I really don't have an interest in showing you where Russell lives. And others have wanted to see Don's dump. And I don't have an interest in showing you Don's dump. What we do on What the Hales is show our real life. These are our daily interactions. And if our interaction has nothing to do with their home or their property, we're not going to show it. And we understand others have jumped on the coattails of What the Hales. And they've tried to video Otter Creek and show parts of Otter Creek. And it's legal for them to do that. I don't feel comfortable with that happening. There's certain things that you can do at Otter Creek to help Otter Creek better itself. And there's other things that you're just doing to jump on coattails just to do it. And those things, such as showing people's property, you may go, well, Jeremy, you've shown Turtle Lady, LIEnette's property, and Septic Boy. You have to understand, Turtle Lady and Septic Boy have opened up their address and have publicly promoted their property all over, saying they're going to have an open house at their turtle sanctuary.
Oh dear God.
And it's a very big difference, whereas they're not showing where Russ lives. I mean, you could look it up and figure it out, but they're not promoting that. They're not doing that kind of stuff, which is very important of what the kind of things that they're not doing. They're not going after every single person that you know, like a lot of people have been saying, oh, well, they're just going at no, they're being very limited on what they're doing. Now, if Russ was to open up a business and say, hey, come over here and see all the stuff I'm doing, well, then they might film it, but that wouldn't be, doxing somebody is not the way that they want to go.
Well, that, and it's easy to maybe look at all the people in Otter Creek and, some of them could be a stereotype for, Florida man. Mm-hmm. And it seems like if you don't bother Jeremy, he's not going to put you on blast like that. And really, I mean, they seem like they have a pretty busy schedule just doing what they're doing. I don't care. If other people have time for drama.
Yeah, then do it, but don't get me involved is what he says. I don't condone it, but I'm not going to, that's, people are jumping on the What the Hales bandwagon and they're filming the stuff. And it's just like, that is you. That's not what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Like if that's what you want to do, then go for it. I mean, it's sort of one of those weird kind of things,
These turtles need saved from this place. They've publicly put their information out there.
Mm-hmm.
They've publicly posted, we are here in Otter Creek. This is our address. They've publicly said, we're going to have an open house and come and give us donations and we need your time and we need your help. Boy, those two need more than help. I'm not sure there's the right kind of help in this world for those individuals.
Exactly.
So I'm not okay with just driving by everybody's resident in Otter Creek and saying, this is where Don lives, and this is where Mary lives, and this is where Russ lives, and this is where this person lives, and this is where this person lives. These are people with real lives. Now, as they interact with our lives, you're going to see what happens in our lives. But if it's not an intentional interaction, it's not going to be intentionally filmed on our part. Doesn't mean you can't.
Yeah, It would be the same way as, you know, if I show up over at Mo's house randomly, she's going to probably film it because, well, I wasn't invited, or there's some sort of interaction that's going on. You know, well, even if I was invited, she would probably say, hey, I'm going to be filming, you know, us hanging out and everything. Is that cool? And be, you know, then I could have the option of saying, well, Mo, I'd rather not, you know, do a filming because I want to discuss things privately that I'd rather not have on the YouTubes. So if you can go through and edit some stuff out, that'd be fine, because I don't want people to know my real name. You don't want, you know, all these other things to happen. And
I'll never Jada Pinkett Smith you.
I thought maybe you'd do like a Will Smith me, you know, and just smack.
Oh, well, no. I mean, make you sit there while your wife talks about these. What is the euphemism she used for cheating on your ass? I don't know. Consciously uncouple or something like that. Whatever. But no, and so but there would be something different is if you going to coming to my house uninvited and saying, hey, I'm going to film you, or I'm going to film where you live, then that's a little bit different story. And that's what he's not condoning. It's just like, it's like the only thing, if he's interacting with people, then he's going to film it because it's part of his life. And, you know, he may decide that he doesn't want to show it because, well, it might be that you said something that wasn't appropriate. And it's just like, well, there's no need to put that out there. I mean, you know, just like you could have said, oh, look at that guy's butt. And it wouldn't shine you in the greatest light, you know, but you know, it's just like, well, I'm not going to show that. Or maybe you said a curse word or something. So he's not going to just throw that up there intentionally. It's going to be a little bit different. Jeremy and George have, you know, signed up for their life to be semi-public.
Yes.
These other people haven't signed up. And I mean, there were things that I didn't think about, and I'm only like minusculely famous in my own book. You know, but there's things I didn't think about, like, oh, I should make my Facebook private and I should have a separate one for this, you know, and I don't generally mention my kids' names because, again, they didn't sign up to have, you know,
be
this.
scrutinized.
And people on the internet are crazy. So that's why I have a P.O. box and things like that.
Yes, I created a whole new email account. I mean, I was on YouTube before this, but it was under my real name. I mean, you're not going to find anything that I did because I scrubbed everything. But
you just have
you
to
know,
guess which topless photos of mine are real.
Yes, all of mine are real. Yes, those boobs were mine at one point in time. Just no, it's one of those where I created a whole new email address. I don't have a PO box, so people can't mail me things. You know, things like that, you know, I've just made myself as invisible as I possibly can. And, you know, if you really want people to come after me, well, then you can, but please don't. That always ends up being really bad. Let me do something for you real quick. Say something for me, Mo.
Hello.
Okay, that's better. I got your volume up. The only problem is I've got your echo cancellation on, which increases your volume.
Oh.
So just wait a couple of seconds after I finish speaking, or else it won't pick up.
Get on the auditor's site and look at all that information. All you do is take a cursor, you look over plots of land, boom, that's the person that owns it right there. Doesn't mean you can't get on Google Earth and go see from above and on a street view. Now, others have said, Jeremy, will you take drones over their property? No, drones on any private property is illegal. You can't just get a drone and fly it over somebody's property. And if somebody had a drone over my property, the very first thing I would do is shoot it out of the air. So many want to know, does Russell still have keys? He's not communicating with the former mayor. He's not giving over bank information. He's not, you know, he's made it as hard as possible for this transition. And the honest answer is, I think he still has keys, but I don't know. I don't know if he has keys or not. I don't know if he has keys to town hall. I don't know if he has keys to the water plant. I want to think that he does because that's the type of individual he is. He wouldn't give everything over as he continues to sabotage all of the townspeople and the new mayor. So he probably does have keys. Now, I don't know that anybody has caught him in any situations right now where he shouldn't be, such as town hall.
He's stealing the red flyer? That has to be wrong.
I think it's his red flyer. I think he just brought it there
Oh.
to load up whatever documents that he was loading up.
It looks
And-
like the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah. Well, and it could be absolutely nothing, you know, but you don't know.
Yeah.
Like it could just be trash. You know, it could be his novels that he's been working on for the past 20 years. Nobody knows, but it's still shady whenever you do that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
it looks pretty bad.
I know it was a joke. Yeah, I could, but I won't. It's just not right. Of course I know. I mean, there's people that know who I am. I don't, you know, it's not like I'm a complete mystery. There's a couple of people around that know my name, and it's the reason I try to keep it quiet, because my wife didn't sign up for that, and she doesn't need that kind of pressure in practice that she's dealing with, because, you know, just doesn't need it. Like if you met me in person, you go, oh, he's the same dumbass that I met online. There's not much different there. It'd just be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm really not that interesting. I mean, like I said, it's just like, oh wow, so you found out something out about me that I already knew. Trust me, my wife knows it already too. So it's not like I can be like, oh, I found out this deep dark secret about you. Like, no, there's no really deep dark secrets. There's nothing deep about me. A lot of darkness, but not deep.
But dark, like in a dark chocolate, you know.
Yes, like sexual
it's
chocolate.
semi-sweet. Oh my god!
Gotcha. Sexual chocolate.
I love that part of Coming to America.
Sexual chocolate. You know what I mean, baby? Sexual chocolate.
You sound a bit like a Yautja, so I'm not sure one of the Predator people, so it hits in a weird spot, gotta say.
It does hit in a weird spot.
How do you do it more like this one? Or is that better?
That sounds like Woody Allen and or the guy from How to Train Your Dragons.
Gotcha.
Just not this one, right? That one isn't a turn on.
You know,
makes
I
you go,
never had a
"Yay, do it! Hooray!
Don't make
I'm
me get you a shake
special.
weight.
I'm
I will send you one.
Dark
Take it,
chocolate.
bud.
Yum.
Same. You just
Helium.
stomp it. Sensual chocolate and just walks off.
Sensual chocolate.
What?
What the hell is it? I jumped on as I heard Chef from South Park, chocolate salty balls. I'm not doing it.
Captain Kern, that was horrible. I'm in therapy because of that one.
Is that post of a guy doing bad things to a gas pump? Oh my God, I found one that's so hilarious. You saw the one about washing chicken, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna be honest.
You didn't know
do it in
washing
my
chicken
house.
was a thing?
I knew it was a thing among some cookers, but I have never washed a chicken. I don't know why you would.
Okay.
It's just there's some
Well,
Where is that asteroid we were promised?
well, there is a place for an asteroid, and let me see if I can. Where did it go? I think it's right here.
How are you today, sir? Okay, how's it going? Fine, thank you. Thank you, sir.
What's up, brother?
Shizzy, Wiznut, and Mo in the deep end. What are you two crazy kids doing?
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Oh man, doing great, living the dream. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. So,
Good.
so you said you were having problems with your sound?
No, I just wanted to do a sound check a couple times between now, because I got those microphone deals.
Yeah.
And the way it's gonna be set up there, man, it's so cool, man. To talk to the owner today, and Volstorm and I, we were ready to rock and roll, man. We were ready to rock and roll. We're so excited. It's like, dude, it's like now I'm just like, I wanted to hurry up and get here. It's like I want Christmas here.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
But you have to wait. You have to wait because then you don't want to wear everybody out because they're driving in. You got MG driving in from all the way from Oklahoma.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, big deal. Big deal. I don't know. Anyway,
Big deal.
24 hours. The Broken Baker
will be landing.
Asylum claims. He can make an asylum claim.
Yes.
Can you believe that we have a guy coming from a different continent? A continent. Isn't that awesome?
And if you stand in the center of his continent, you've got 18 miles to get to the coast.
Did you see that video he put up of him at the beach? I was like, is he saying goodbye to it? Oh man, it's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be so awesome.
Yes.
He's not gonna know what to do. Now you heard the big news about him, right?
No, what happened?
He has to eat cheesecake.
4,000 subs.
He did.
Yes.
Eat cheesecake. So we're on the cheesecake hunt now. Probably the Cheesecake Factory, because like you walk in.
Dave said he was going to cook him one.
Do what?
Dave said he was going to cook him one.
Nobody wants to eat his food. Let's be honest. So anyway, do you think I'm going to eat some stranger's food on this trip, man? I don't know you people. Come on, man. I saw misery. I mean, I saw misery.
If you start
See,
feeling
Mo knows
sleepy,
what I'm talking about.
So
your eyes.
speaking of food, do you wash your chicken?
No, but I do. Hey, check this out. You see Michelle Smuck? She's right there.
Where? Is she there?
Chat. Yeah, Michelle.
What?
Smuck.
No, she couldn't be here. Hey there, expert.
Yeah, well, you know what? Check this out. You see something over there on the wall?
Oh,
Over
Michelle.
there on the wall?
Oh, I see it.
Look at that.
Hey, Michelle.
Hashtag
FNL.
FNL. Is that not something else? Hang on, let's see if I do that.
Oh,
That is-
wow.
I can zoom in.
Oh, yeah. That's Michelle Smuck's tattoo.
Yes,
That is
yes, I have made it
awesome.
into a poster.
Oh, that is so
So-
cool.
Isn't that the
That-
most awesome thing in the world?
It's like,
Oh,
ooh,
no. The
nice.
nice part's her. The nice part's her. Yes, I was so excited. That's what I want. Thank you so much for throwing me a link. I was so excited. I was like, I wanted to show it right here. Man, it's awesome. It is so awesome. It looks great. I'm like, oh, man. As soon as I put it up, I was like, I might need another one in black and white.
Yeah.
I love that. I didn't want to mess with it. So,
No.
it's so exciting. So, Michelle, you're too much. You are way too much. Everybody, give Michelle Smuck some love. She's got
Show
it.
me
Look at
nice.
that.
Nah, common
Look at that.
misconception. I'm not nice.
Oh man, it is awesome. It is awesome. Hey, actually, you mentioned MLS earlier making the cheesecake. He's just trying to distract you from his. Valhalla reminded him that he owes Valhalla one tramp stamp.
That's right. That's
Oh my
right.
God.
Right.
Do we get
Well,
to
Holland's
pick
got
whether
the
it's a
tattoo
dolphin or a
machine all fired
star?
up. Do what?
Oh, is
Huh?
it going to be a dolphin or a star or just some scroll?
No, it's
work?
gonna
I
be.
mean,
It's good.
oh my, Buddy
Yes.
Christ.
It's the
I love
expert.
it.
Would that be
It's
awesome?
it's gonna be the expert. Just yes.
Oh my
That's
God.
gonna be the that's
Please
gonna be the
film
tramp
that.
stamp.
I
Anyway.
if we have a lot of prosecco around, he will get white girl wasted.
Yes.
They're like,
Oh, well,
I'm
you
getting
know.
2 tramp stamps.
So this is, do you wash your chicken before you cook it? Serious. Pay attention.
Chicken before
Yeah, I
you cook
know. This is the thing, right?
You've seen this, right?
it? Do you wash chicken before you cook it?
Of course. Are you mad?
Of course I wash chicken before I cook it. I cannot cook a chicken without washing it. What's the matter with you?
That animal is like, why are you not going to clean it? Because I went to school with all white people and I had to explain this. I don't want to hear, oh, it's spreading more germs. I'm like, I feel like I've seen stuff about this and you shouldn't wash chicken because of germs.
How could you buy something that has
The
feathers,
last one is
hair,
awesome.
and not wash it? You're not concerned about the feathers.
Watch the
concerned
last
about the
one.
hair.
No. I grew up on a farm and we killed turkeys at Christmas.
Yeah, you gotta wash the chicken, but not with soap.
You do. You put water on it and stuff.
Yeah. You kind of like caress it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes my thing gets hard when I'm doing that, you know.
What did you say?
Yeah, you know, I guess a little burner and that. It feels nice, you know.
I don't really know what to say to that. I'll be real. Do you wash chicken before you cook it?
All right, well, someone that's not going to be babysitting for me.
You saw what he was
You know,
talking about,
sometimes
right? Just like, yeah, sure. What? What do we talk? Oh.
Oh, Lord.
Killed me. Oh. He docks one of those support. What are you talking about, Linda Evers? I don't understand. Ooh, I'm lost. Did I miss something?
I generally am too.
The chicken man did?
I guess. Why would he
That's
do
awesome.
that? I don't know why he would dox one of his supporters.
Well, I didn't
Man.
catch it, so don't tell anybody. Oh
Do you really want your face inked on a man's backside looking like that?
You know, Risa, here's the thing. It's not my choice. I mean, I can't help it. He wants to, you know. I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all do up there in Michigan, man. That's weird. It's like Canada or something. I don't know. Oh man, it's so great. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. Oh,
You are totally, you are so, and I was saying this to everybody earlier that you're the, I think it was you, and you said this after the lockdowns, you were just so happy to actually sit down with people and not like this, you know, the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's fine. But actually sitting down and you have the look and the touch and the feel of that person right there. You can smell the stank on their breath. Like,
yeah.
I miss that.
I don't
And
know,
you were
kind of making
you were
points
so
for the
excited.
truth right now.
No. We love this. So here's the, you know, that's another thing, man. It's funny you say that. I was actually thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna have several cameras, you know, going and stuff. I'm gonna be recording and hopefully, I always say that. I always have good intentions, you know, to put it out later on. But it's like, the main thing is that there are people that are flying thousands of miles, you know, and there's people driving from all over and stuff. It's like, if the focus is on the live. And I thought about it. I was like, you know, actually it's funny. Shizzy, you're the one that would understand it. You know, it's like you have a live studio audience. That's what they say on like, you know, sitcoms and stuff. But they're not performing for the studio audience. They're performing for the directors and anything else to make it look good on TV. And then you have like a band, you're playing for the audience. And that gives you that raw, you know, that live thing is so much better than a studio album is seeing it, you know, live. So I was like, yeah, this is live, man, because we do studio stuff every week, but this is just gonna be off the hook live, and I can't wait, man. Dollywood's gonna be crazy. I don't even know. I'm just at the point now. I was like, I've spent so much time preparing, getting everything together. So I'm like, God, I'm gonna get there and just I'm gonna be like, oh, I forgot to record anything.
Oh no.
But I liked what you said. So you're gonna be live on Thursday?
Yeah.
Is that right? That'd
Yeah.
be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I should be live pretty much from Wednesday whenever we're leaving Wednesday, so probably Thursday, like pretty much the whole day I should be around, hanging around the place, and I'll just open it up and I'll drop you an invite. That way you can basically forward it to whomever is there wanting to. So that way nobody has to set up a stream, because I know that can be a real pain in the butt, and just trying to get the stuff happening. And just, I'll send it to you and Volstorm Diva, and then you guys can just, send it out to whomever. I'll send it out to Texas Jen and Miami Spice, and they can jump on too. Just, they're awesome. They're awesome.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, they are. It was so great today. We did the those two. Oh my gosh, everything goes through them. I've given up, and they're just, it is so crazy how into it they are. But we were at the Creekside, back alley place, the venue for Friday. We called Miami up, and we started walking around the place, and she's like giving us, so I ran the whole turn here, and just, oh man, it was intense, because I was like, I have no control right now. I'm just a walker. And that's, but yeah, man, we'll do that Thursday, man. Definitely walk through the park. I don't know. It's been so long since I've been there. I don't know what it's like. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
If you don't do, like, Baker's interpreter and just tape that, he just goes around speaking Danish, and you're like, no, what he really says, but you do it in the way that Corey Feldman did it on the Goonies.
Yes.
Do what now? Hold on. Go back here, because
you saw how Corey Feldman in the Goonies, where he was acting as an interpreter, and she was talking about she was
dude, that's where I got.
That's how you need to do it with Baker.
Sexual torture devices.
Yes.
That was from that movie.
Yes.
Like, don't go up there. That's where Mr. Walsh keeps his sexual torture devices.
That's what you're gonna be doing with Baker.
But that's what you should do with Baker. So he'll speak Danish, and then
you translate.
Yeah. And say the most inappropriate things ever.
Dude,
and if he can keep a straight face, that's even better, because you'll be sitting there talking, and you'll be talking to some friend. You'll be talking to some dude, and you'll be like, have to excuse my friend. He thinks you're pretty hot, Yes. It's gonna be like looking at him, like looking at you, and Baker, if he can keep a straight face.
That is a great idea.
Oh yeah, check this out, man. Dude, I've already got. I'm prepared for the Baker, man. Look at this.
Oh yeah,
I got me a patch.
Ooh,
I got me a Denmark flag,
Swiss guard.
Yeah. Well, it's Denmark, man. So I don't want him to be lost.
I don't think that's Denmark. I think that's Swiss.
That's what they told me when I ordered it. I don't know who it is. It ain't Tennessee. It ain't USA. I know that.
Let me see.
Wait, hold on.
I think. Oh, you're right. It is. You're right.
Okay,
it is. I'm sorry.
I'm right. That means Amazon's right. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they're right.
That's awesome.
I was thinking it was the Swiss flag is just a little plus sign. What in the hell is
I think.
Because there was one I saw while we were in Italy that has the same cross, but it's yellow and blue.
I think Switzerland.
I think that's Sweden.
Is it Switzerland or Sweden's
Sweden,
blue and white. And
that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then Switzerland is it looks like the Red Cross. Yeah, so
that's right. Yeah, that's the one I saw was the Swedish flag.
Now I just realized I don't know which way is upside down or not.
I love that we're giving you like geography lessons when Shizzy and I couldn't figure out where Wales was.
Yes, Wales is in Scotland,
Wales
right?
in the ocean.
Yeah,
huh?
True.
I don't know, man. They have more countries over there than I know what to do with.
Well, and they're really small countries. It's very surprising.
Texas Jen's here. Texas
Hey,
Jen.
Jen. Hey, Jen. So
you could be here in just a little bit.
So yeah. Oh, very cool. Yeah. So Jen, here's sort of my plan on Thursday. Is I'm going to probably be running a stream, and if you want me to, I will send you an invite so you can like pass it around to other streamers and whatnot, and they can just jump on randomly if they're wanting to, so they don't have to open up a stream. And you can come on also and like give like unadulterated commentary, because
she'll get the unadulterated part.
I know, because that's my channel. We get in all kinds of trouble over here.
No. Hey, Dictionary Diva, I had to read your statement 3 times to make sure it had an L.
Francis, a white cross on a white background.
It is. That's awesome. White cross on a white background.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah, might as well have everyone. That's exactly what I plan on doing. Just like having everyone be able to come in and hang out. It's going to be.
I'm in my own conversation on the side.
Hey, I do that all the time. Or I'll finish reading something and I come back to chat and I'm like, why are we talking about ramen noodles? Does anyone know?
No.
Any hoozle, next story.
False story.
Well,
That's
because
Jill's tattoo.
Yes, that FNL, it's
cool.
awesome as all get out. Here, I'm gonna pull that all the way forward. I'm gonna pull it all the way forward. So that way you can zoom it all the way in.
Oh, hang on, I gotta turn my portrait off. There you go. Ba-ding.
Look at that.
Focus.
There it goes. It's catching your hair. There it is.
I know.
FNL.
Look,
yeah.
Beautiful like that.
Oh, that is so awesome.
I know.
That is awesome.
It looks unreal because you got the color lights.
Oh, it's
like
backwards. Oh my gosh, it's backwards. I thought for a second.
No, it's not. It's not backwards.
Oh, on my screen it is. I've got it. I've got it weird. Holy cow! I thought it was upside down there for a second. I was like,
no. It just, like I said, it looks unreal with all of the colors and everything. It's just like,
I know.
I am so excited for Friday Night Live. I mean, I won't be there, but I'm still excited because I can feel your excitement and everybody else is with it.
Listen, it's gonna be so awesome. Matter of fact, Volstorm today, man, he's like, I think we need to go look at some places Wednesday. Because he's like, I think we need a bigger bar. Not for Friday Night Live, but for like afterwards. I was like, all right, man, cool, let's go. So we're gonna do that Friday or Wednesday afternoon, man. I was like, we're just gonna go to. Do you know how hard it's gonna be between? I don't know what's gonna happen. I get a shot collar. I need to put people on a shot collar. Like, oh, we gotta go. We got one more place to go. But we're going to. It'll all be like in we'll be everywhere. Be like in Discord, and be sure you're subscribed to Twitter or whatever that is. Follow me on Twitter and stuff. And so what we'll do is we'll be like, okay, this is where we're meeting. This, whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. It's all laid back. It's about time everybody had a good time.
Well, and I know from experience what'll happen on. You're gonna have somebody that's gonna get really stage frighted, because it happens. There's always that one person that goes, I don't think I can do anything in front of those people, and that's what you just go, hey, it's okay. You don't have to say anything. Just go, just feel natural and feel comfortable with everybody. Don't think about yourself or anything. Just focus on Dictionary Diva. She's sitting right there, and she's a great sight on the eyes.
That's like telling squirrels to watch the Nut Factory, man. I mean, dude, what are you talking about? Focus on Dictionary Diva. Holy hell, we gotta go get balloons on Wednesday, because we're gonna tell her and Danielle they gotta have identity balloons, so we can.
No, because they'll just squirrel out.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
It's like you'll be like sitting there going, okay, where did Diva go? And you'll just see this balloon just zigzagging off through the crowd, and you'll be like, follow that balloon.
It's gonna be like in verses of like Mario Kart. If you ever play that, you hit each other and the balloon flies off. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you do with bumper cars? I love bumper cars.
So, are you going to do bumper cars while you're there?
I've been riding the roller coasters, man. I love.
You don't do the bumper cars? You don't like bumper cars?
Yeah, I do like bumper cars, but I'm gonna do the roller coasters.
I've already tried to teach 2 teen girls how to drive. I don't need an amusement park ride like that.
Sure you do. Because that after they get hit a few times, they go, I don't think I want to drive.
And then I drive them. This is not how this is going to work.
It gets some use for the real world, whenever it is just a bunch of bumper cars.
There's so many.
Listen, my mom says her special flask is for when she's teaching us to drive. And it's not drunk driving if she's not driving.
Oh, that's a good point.
It is a good point.
That's a very good point. Tennessee doesn't have an open container law.
Well, it isn't open. I open it, I drink from it, and I close it, so it's closed.
Well, everybody in the car is good to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Okay, Funston, I just saw here that Baker eating a funnel cake has to be filmed. Okay, so that reminded me. So he's got 4,000 subs, right? So now comes the cheesecake, the cheesecaking. So Cheesecake Factory is what I'm thinking, because they have that or at least they used to. It's been forever something there. They had that window of desserts or whatever, cheesecakes. But here's the thing: is like right down because it's in the mall, and there's a Mexican restaurant just opened up in the mall that has an upstairs bar, and they have a mechanical bull. So I'm going mechanical bull riding with the cheesecake master. This is gonna be so cool. I can't wait. It can be nothing less than legendary. It's gonna be so cool.
Is Texas Jen going to be there for that? Because I heard she holds the record for that, right?
What's funny is that's what Ballstorm said. I kid you not. He said that earlier. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, oh, we get Texas Jen out there. See if she break that record. I was like, Texas.
I'm telling you.
Say it. Oh, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, she's just like she doesn't let go.
That's right. She'll wrangle that thing up. Still ride that bull. Get on it, girl.
A couple days. I'm so dead.
It's a good thing I'm not there.
Expert just holding the back of his head, getting biffed all the time by all the women.
Oh no! They go straight. They go straight for the moneymaker. Look at also. See, he says Texas Jen will ride a mechanical bull. She said never let go.
Never let go.
Never let go. The motto.
That's right.
Ammo's girls and Baker on a bull while eating cheesecake is not a good visual. Well, that's not what Kevin said.
I don't know. I think some of the ladies would disagree with you there.
The Danish experience. he starts barfing other things. I'm gonna video. I'm gonna put it up like the Danish experience.
Feeding him cheesecake, getting him on a mechanical bull, and he throws up.
Cheesecake, Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
He's gonna come back like 100 pounds heavier than whenever he left.
You realize, Dane,
we all are.
Denmark could possibly put sanctions on us. Be like, we send you one of our citizens, he comes back broken.
Let me tell
What
you
is this mechanical bull?
No, he was broken beforehand.
Hey,
Well,
ask
true,
my wife
broken-er.
if I'm ever going to go to a foreign country anytime soon. She won't let me. She's
Well,
like,
it
"No."
depends on if you've signed up for the Mars walk with Elon.
Nah. They won't let me on that thing for sure, man.
Or if your
You
wife
kidding
has
me?
signed you up for it.
Yeah, Ballstorm 200 pounds heavier and pregnant. Oh,
He's
thank
gonna
you,
have so
Lillian.
much fun getting pregnant.
Gifted 5 memberships. Oh, that's so awesome.
You okay, Mom? What's up?
Well, I mean, getting pregnant's fun. It's the 9 months and then the giant heads. It's a
Yeah,
little
but who
bit,
cares?
you know.
He'll be in Denmark.
True. They have socialized or healthcare. They'll be willing to take care of that child. Why am I imagining the child being like that tumor thing from Total Recall with
That's the
what's his
second.
face? Arnold
Well, you made
Schwarzenegger.
another Schwarzenegger remark tonight, didn't you? Or was it Total
Well,
Recall?
I said that one of the voices sounded like a Yautja, and that the Predator.
Oh, Predator was the comment. Yeah. Are you having a Schwarzenegger movie festival?
No. I just,
Total
why not
Recall.
yell, "Get to the chopper," really
Total Recall.
loud
How are
all
your
the
feelings
time?
on that? On the end.
Get to the
Not what other people have
chopper.
told you, but what do you feel?
About what?
Total Recall.
Stop. Okay, sorry.
I got you. So that's for Michelle Smuck was gifted a membership. JD Fan, Volstorm, Texas Jen, and Forever Not Me. We're all gifted memberships. Welcome to being nuts, because that's what we are here. We're completely nuts. Well, almost entirely. Yeah, it is a nut factory.
True.
Thank you very
Well-adjusted
much.
people don't do YouTube.
Do I? Well-adjusted? Oh, that's the best. Yeah, I mean, man, everybody over here is crazy, dude. I haven't met anybody sane yet.
No,
pretty much.
It's
I'm the
YouTube.
most sane one. If that tells you anything. It's just the voices that get a little crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, can't wait for the full
Expert,
movie.
we need the 3 a.m. Waffle House video with you and Baker too.
Here's the thing. I'll tell you what. Mo, so like, there's a Waffle House, but it's right next door to the sexy shop.
Oh,
And I don't know
so
if I wanna
whenever the
go to
girls,
3 a.m. I don't know. if I wanna
whenever
go
the
to
girls
3 a.m.
get done at Waffle House, they go.
No,
they
it's not
go-
that sexy
Oh.
shop. It's where the guys, the creepy guys, go with the quarters.
And then they go over to Waffle House afterwards because they're spent.
The floors are sticky in either joint, so really it's not like you leave one to go see the other.
And they may not wash their hands in either one.
I mean, it is true.
I've been in a Waffle House bathroom. And I was like, my hands are cleaner without washing them.
Yes, true. It's true.
And I usually wash my hands before I go to the bathroom. I know I'm clean. Ballstorm says line dancing and late night Waffle House. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
yes.
it's so crazy.
Hey, diva.
We are getting Baker some cowboy boots since he couldn't get the cowboy Crocs.
He couldn't get the cowboy Crocs.
Hey,
I thought that they were like $300 or something
if you
crazy.
get arrested, county gives you free sandals.
Yeah, it's true, and that may happen. It may happen.
Hey,
there.
man,
It is Tennessee.
I'm not gonna be around that. I was like, I don't know these assholes. Oh, hey, look what happened there. You gotta quit touching so many buttons, man.
Charge.
Oh man. Anyway, I'll leave you guys alone, man. I gotta go back.
Oh no, that's good. That's good.
No, you're
Yeah,
fine.
hit me up later on, and I'll go over the sound check stuff with you.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
don't. Geez, this tomorrow just kind of looks like suck. So maybe I don't know. We'll see. If I can get my stuff taken care of here, but
Yeah.
If nothing else, give you a shout and tell you about everything. So
Yeah,
you get an
just
idea. It's gonna be
yeah,
cool.
just
It's
give
gonna
me
be
a shout.
cool.
I
Wish
could
you were
I
here,
could.
man. Wish both of y'all were here.
I wish I could be there. But
Well, if
like I
Mo
said-
was here, we know what would happen. It'd become the Mo experience.
Oh yeah,
Mowing them down.
it would be Mo for
Oh,
president. You've seen the Mo for president, right? You've seen that. Oh my God.
Yeah,
So
I'm just hoping that CNN has to say my name.
yeah, here you go. This is the Mo for president thing.
Wee woo. Wee
And
I
jobs
should
for
use that
all.
as an outro. That's awesome.
And jobs for all. I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing like an old fashioned.
Well,
Anyway.
I mean, it was,
No.
2 chickens in every pot or hand jobs for everyone. And, chickens in pots, you have to go with a washing chicken or not washing chicken controversy. And hand jobs are just fun for everyone.
You always have to wash your hands after a hand job.
What? Ever put 2 chickens in one pot?
Well, it depends on the size of pot.
I
Depends
want
on the
like
size of
fried
pot.
chicken. I don't want a boiled one. I don't like boiled. I don't like anything boiled. I like fried.
Unless you do chicken bog. Now, chicken bog, you have to boil the chicken. But
No
it's
idea what
got
you're talking
it's got chicken, sage sausage, and rice.
Cynthia.
Onions. What did Cynthia say? Attention to all those that are headed for Dollywood. Please make sure to carry your checkbooks and your toothbrushes with you at all times. Blame everything on the expert if you use them.
Hey, Balso, remind me to make a phone call tomorrow. Make sure we still have legal representation. We might want to invite him Friday.
That's true. That's true.
We haven't talked to our lawyer in a while.
Are you experienced?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my gosh. Am I?
Yeah, it's well, it's not. I mean, I can't know. It seems like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, I mean,
What is your saying? You enjoy watching other people take your advice?
I learn from the mistakes other people make from taking my advice.
That's right.
I mean,
Make sure
I always
you gotta
tell
make sure
people
that.
I'm a fake redhead shouting on the internet. If you trust me with your life choices,
F&L crew going live from the county jail. Oh, that is
awesome.
That is a song
yes,
that
you
I'm
will.
making. That is a song.
Yes, that'd
I'm
be
making.
awesome. Do that, man. Do that.
I'm
That'd be
totally
awesome.
doing that. Oh, it's gonna be some good. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you, Captain Kern. That is F&L crew going live from the county jail, and it's gonna be like Johnny Cash but better.
I'm listening to Cocaine Blues right now. I love that song.
Yeah.
I bet you Baker may be doing Stab You Day from County. It will be Shanky Day. Shanky Day.
Shanky Day. That'd be Thursday.
Oh, man, can you imagine him getting... you just start speaking dangerous. Blah, 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 blah. What did they do? Burk.
Oh, and then you hired...
Jesus.
So she hired a DUI guy.
He's one state over. He's just one state over.
Yeah, that's right. He is. He is just one state over. He is in Kentucky. I forget.
Yeah.
I always think it was being in Indiana, but yeah, he is in Kentucky.
Well, that's like 2 states over.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
That's where
we're not too
Kaiser's
far.
from. Kaiser's going to be coming. From
Yeah.
Indiana.
Yeah, it would be a burning ring of fire, but I don't know. And sounds
Different
like
kind of
in,
burning ring of fire. It's in
I was
jail.
going to say Baker's case is as much tail as chasing after him. It might be lots of rings of burning fire. Just like, son, you might want to wrap that thing up. You never know what's going to happen.
Sweden's
Oh,
going to go
man.
out of business with all the, penicillin that Baker has to take when he gets back.
And that's just for the food he ate. Who knows what else that boy is going to eat while he's here?
He says he wants American fast food. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But I was like, man, taking some good old greasy places.
Yeah,
But,
home cooking is much better. If you're coming to the South, you don't do fast food. You do the
he
home
wants to do
style
that whole
cooking.
Although
touristy thing.
Baker has said he doesn't care for biscuits and gravy. He says biscuits taste weird. And I told him that
We're
is
gonna do
kind
biscuits
of,
and gravy every day.
felony thought in some places.
He's
you know,
he's gonna be like my
20 to
cousin
life.
Vinny. Whenever you guys give him grits, what's a grit? One of them hominy grits. What are you doing? How? What?
He does. He
Picking
sounds
one
like
out.
Vinny. He does. He sounds just like you too, man. It'd be awesome.
What's up, Risa?
Oh my gosh. But anyway, no, the past few days have been really it's been crazy busy and all that stuff, and it's fun to be back out here, man. I was like late last night, I was like, man, I missed this. But today was a good day, and so it was so funny. I had like that little teeny tiny bit of like nerves, messing with me. And it was like after today, I was like, done. It's it's gonna be awesome. So
there's never need to be nervous about any of it. You just go and be yourself, and it's gonna be
like I have
fun.
very, very, very low expectations.
Exactly.
So that way I'll I mean, man, if I'm disappointed.
That's what my mom always told me. Just, sweetie,
aim high, shoot low, or something. I don't know.
Because I played for a band. We opened for Steppenwolf, and the guitar player like was in the back throwing up. I was like, where did Brian go? He was like, oh, he's throwing up. I was like, why is he throwing up? He goes, oh, he's nervous. I was like, what is he nervous about? He goes, well, we're opening for Steppenwolf. I was like, again, why is he nervous? Because I have low expectations. we're probably going to suck really bad. So I have no expectations that we're going to be like great. So why are you nervous? Just go have some fun. And we did. We had fun. It was a good show. Yeah. I mean, people started leaving after we finished, and they thought we were Steppenwolf because most of them were too young to know who in the hell Steppenwolf was.
That's awesome.
Sadly, not terrible, but believable. They're like, okay, but which one did Justin Bieber play in?
Yes.
Led Zeppelin or REO Speedwagon? I'm just asking.
Justin Bieber?
It was a joke because people were too young to know what Steppenwolf was.
Yes.
So if I have to explain the joke, it's not as funny.
He was in Diddy's band. He got diddled by Diddy, didn't he? Is that right?
I hope not.
What happened?
It wouldn't shock me.
Mo, you're the news person. It's like asking the weatherman. You see him out in real life. Hey, what's the weather going to be? And you don't know. You got to tell me. So what? They get Diddy yet?
They haven't gotten him yet. They've got a couple of his drug mules, and it looks like half of the rap community is secretly using beards because apparently all the dudes love each other. I don't even know.
That's why there's gay stuff.
Rap is my genre, as you can tell. I watched 8 Mile once.
You know what? That's the only thing that calms down my coonhound. She gets so mad, man. She loves gangster rap, though. I think it's the beat.
Your coonhound's like, Wu-Tang now.
Woo! Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, she likes NWA. Yeah, I get you, not but she will smack that dashboard, and then I'll put NWA, and she stops.
Yeah, NWA is awesome. I mean that was what I was listening to whenever I lived out in California because that's what was.
I like that
happening.
song about gangster stuff.
Yep.
Hey, listen, thanks for having me on. I love you guys. You look
thanks
pretty.
for swinging by, brother.
And it's all good, man. This is a great life. We're very blessed, and you guys.
Yes.
That's how Expert goes. That's how he rolls out. It's just make me crack up. It's not intentional. I'm laughing so hard because
I love the Expert, but it is like talking to my son who has spinal tap 11 ADHD. So I'm like, how many subjects did you jump between the start of your sentence and the end? Normally I can figure this out.
No.
But I'm like,
you have to
smile.
You have to have the expert train of thought, which means that he's going to be talking about something and it's going to occur to him what he was just talking about, and then his mind shifts into something like he's speaking about 4 things ahead of what he's thinking. That makes sense. So
No,
he's,
that makes complete sense.
it's not that he's thinking about it. He's just, it's like his stream of thought. I have had to contain that myself, like, because my wife made that mistake very early on in our relationship and said, "Well, what are you thinking about?" And then whenever I told her my train of thought, she was like, "Please don't ever do that to me again."
It's nebulas of thought. That's the problem.
Yes, it's like my train, and sometimes, like, was it yesterday or is it today? We were sitting at eating some lunch. I made a couple of hot dogs because I got the grill, the sun's out, and I'm just like, I'm going to kick back with my wife. And I think we might have split a beer as it was Sunday. Yeah. So we split a beer, have a hot dog. We're just sitting there talking. And there was something I was thinking about, but I don't remember what it was at this moment. But what I said was, I'm pretty. And then I stopped, and my wife was, I guess, staring at me like, "You are," but, and I was just, I was thinking about something. I'm sorry. What was I saying? She said, you said you're pretty. And then I thought you had a stroke.
That Sunday, that was me. No, it was Saturday. I legitimately left my desk because I was like, I need to get my phone from the kitchen because I need to have it. 15 times. Finally, Mr. Mo's like, "What are you in the kitchen for?" I was like, "I don't know, but I will remember when I get right back to my desk. So I'm going to yell out whatever it is I need to find." It was like my ADHD was on, spinal tap 13. It was just, why am I in this room? I don't know, but have I ever noticed that I need to clean the cabinets off? I'll start doing that. And Mr. Mo's like, "Don't you have a stream soon?" I was like, "Yeah, just can't remember what I came out here to do before I stopped doing what I was supposed to do, and I will go back."
What's worse is whenever I'm working on building something, and of course I'll have like a tape measure, a pencil, and the pencil I'll usually stick, because I wear a ball cap whenever I'm working, so I'll stick the pencil up inside the hat so that way I can find it. And I usually will keep the measuring tape on my hip, because I'll be like, maybe I'll be measuring something in the back. Okay, I need X, okay, whatever. And then I'll go back and I'll cut it at the chop saw. And there's times that I'll measure it. My wife will ask me a question. I'll set down the tape measure, or I'll set down the pencil, because I'm like writing down like whatever the measurement needs to be. And then I turn around and I can't find it for like 20 minutes. I'm just like, where did I put it? Where was I last at? What room of the house was I in? And it's just, then I spend 20 minutes looking for it, and it's just like, yeah, it was right there the whole time. Or it's right there in my hat the whole time. It's
I love it when past me thinks future me is going to be less of a hot mess. So it's like, okay, I'm putting these away for, in future, they're in the right place.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, holy shit,
what was the right place?
Where did past me think I was going to remember this shit? Yeah. No.
I have been looking for screws for my rack mount forever, and I found them. I know I found them because I remember looking at them. I just don't remember where I put them. So I can't mount this damn thing back in there. And all I have to do is mount a reverb. That's it. Just
You're going to need 84 tape measures. Just sprinkle them around like glitter.
I do, but the only problem is my wife then picks them up and moves them because it doesn't belong there. And I'm just like, where did my tape measure go? I know there was one sitting here. She goes, "Oh, well, I put it out there." "Well, where did you put it?" "I don't know. I just put it out on your workbench." You go out there. I was like, "There's nothing there." She was like, "Well, I think that's where I put it." I was like, "Will you stop touching shit? I love you, but stop." Yeah, spanking. She goes, "Yes, please."
Pretty much.
Is that why you do that to me, woman? It's like the fly, the fly from the movie The Fly. Yes. Yeah, I take my hair down. It's always a nice surprise. Remember everything I did that day by looking what fell out.
That sounds like me. Or, you know, if you are using your flashlight on your phone to look for your phone.
Yeah. I've done that before. Or
I might
doing find my phone on my phone.
That's always good.
I've never done that, thankfully, but I've known people that have. It's like the chick that pulls up at the gas station with the Tesla and can't figure out where to pump the gas
Oh
out.
my gosh.
I think those are staged. I really do.
I would hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want my grandchildren to grow up in idiocracy. I'm hoping at least get to my great-great-grandchildren.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
Right now. And you know the entire town of Otter Creek is looking for him right now. He's hunkered up. He's hiding.
Oof.
Wouldn't you be if you were Russell?
See, we get so distracted.
Not showing your face anywhere, knowing that an entire county and the state is getting involved based on what you've done illegally.
Never.
And you can claim ignorance. And there's no doubt he is ignorant. But ignorance is not a defense in court. Ignorance will never hold up as a defense to a judge when you've stolen from the people, when you have targeted people,
on
when
LIEnette.
you have funded witch hunts for people, when you've taken portions of the budget
that's
and you
a
have
special
misappropriated
needs
the
judge.
funds towards other things
Yes,
that the people
true.
never agreed to.
Very
Now,
true.
Ignorance will never hold up. Can Russell be recalled? If the people don't want him anymore. I mean, think about this. If they were to do a vote right now, based off of what they know, do you think Russell would get a single vote from the townspeople? Is there a way to get him out of the seat before waiting 3 meetings? And what if he does come back for a second meeting? Some people have thrown out the idea of a Florida recall, where 10% of the populace or 50% of the people, whichever is greater, gets him removed and kicked out of the seat. Now, I don't know how a recall would work, and I don't know how a recall does work. I do know that recall has not been talked about yet amongst the council, and maybe they will talk about that. Maybe Russell will actually do the right thing for once in his life and actually just resign, step down. Stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. Russ the Sus did try to save himself. Remember when he had LIEnette Turd lady come in and be the town clerk, which I don't believe one bit that it was Russell's idea. Although it could have been. I mean, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Why would Russell want somebody even more foolish, more ignorant, more... Geez, the
Wait
words
a
could
minute.
just keep going on and on.
LIEnette in charge of anything?
Yes.
She was the...
Yes.
Oh, dear God.
Yes.
What, Hillary Clinton wasn't available? Jesus.
Pretty much. Oh, okay. So I was wondering what that was. I was seeing that back there. So if I'm not mistaken, this right over here is the birdhouse.
Oh.
Or does that looks like a tree house, but that could be a birdhouse.
I was thinking maybe that thing was the birdhouse. And that was a storage building they're fixing, but.
And that's what I was looking at. I was like, because it does look a little bit like a storage building, but that would make sense that it would be a birdhouse.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah. Yes, peacocks and chickens.
Oh.
Okay.
Cool.
An aviary. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, because whenever I first saw it, I did the same thing because he's moved locations, he's moved closer to it. So I was like, is that a pole barn? And I was like, well, no, it looks like they're starting. No, that can't be it. And I was like, well, maybe that's a greenhouse. I was like, no, because there's not enough glass on it. I'm just like, okay, but that makes sense being a birdhouse.
That does make more sense than anything I was thinking. I was like, starting the ark?
Yeah, a big net over the chicken coop. There you go for the peacocks. Bird feeder is above his head. So that was a bird feeder that I thought was a treehouse. It's just a big bird feeder. You guys are laughing because we don't know anything better. Last count, they had 11 peacock eggs this year. That's impressive.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because he would know that person would be too foolish to uncover his wrongdoings, such as has been done already in town hall. And you're
that's
going,
what he's got behind him.
LIEnette and Septic Boy, they hated Russell. Yeah, they put signs all over town. They're the individuals that have everything to do with signs all over town.
Stop the corruption and backroom deals in Otter Creek. Vote out Russell Meeks and Stuart Stewart. What, are they spelling it right? Stuart Stewart? Is it the other way around? Stuart Stewart.
I don't know which who named their kid Stuart Stewart? Like
Stewart?
of all,
Maybe he's a junior. Or the third. That would really suck if it was Stuart Stewart the third.
if humanity has made a family pick Stuart Stewart in tertiary children, that family should, your family tree should not be a wreath.
Well,
no.
I will say that in there was a court case or something, some plaintiffs or defendants, whatever, that the mother named them very interesting names because it was a boy and a girl, and one of them was named Hisanya. The other one was named Shitanya. And they were having to do like their parent, their mother that named them were having to do the, what do you call it? Probate.
Oh, so
could you
they were
imagine
the executives or the executrix, I guess?
Yeah, administrator of the estate. One of them was, or they were, I don't remember what it was all about, but I just remember that mom named them Shitanya and Pisanya.
Sounds like something I would do in a skit, but
in real life, no. Oh,
who at the Social Security thing didn't see that going?
Yeah. What's your name, Shitanya? Okay. Oh, you should meet my brother. Piss on you.
Oh my God.
John Cook, the corruption that is being done on the residents of Otter Creek, Florida by the Mayor Russell Meeks and Vice Mayor Stewart, the Secretary of Mayor, and our lawyer is out of control. This lawyer must have finished last chance of class of 1 million students because you can't be that stupid unless you're being paid off. Otter Creek is one corrupt place to live and the devil runs the roost here.
And Satan's like, look, no one even invited me to Florida yet.
Not yet. We'll get there. If anyone has any doubt, just watch the video of meetings. See for yourself. They lie, cheat, and are rude to us, the residents. So they were all hating on Meeks until they gave her a position.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And then, of course, LIEnette says, I am newcomer who moved here to keep my baby daughter safe from illness as she has metabolic disorders that is life-threatening. I didn't expect her to be treated by the town council as we have been. They have a lady in the office who is being allowed to look into computer at all of our personal information as well as financial information. I witnessed it myself, and then at the meeting I asked her about Seymour.
Good Jesus. I'm sure living in a shack next to, well, self-fertilizing is great for a metabolic disorder.
Yeah. Hello, I'm LIEnette Michelle Preston. I go by Michelle. We have It's a Shell Thing, tortoise and bird rescue in Otter Creek. Otter Creek residents, I need your help. Otter Creek needs your help. We desperately need to change our board members of Otter Creek. The mayor and his people are running our little town into the ground, and I'm running on a seat for...
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. Sad this was posted in the legal section, not the employment section, and 2 people lost out here in town, and so did anyone else who doesn't look at the legal section of the paper to find a job. There were 2 of us that wanted a job, but they played a game to keep that from happening. Okay.
The legal section, is she talking about help wanted?
No. If it's government posting jobs, they don't put it in help wanted. They put it in a legal section. Because it doesn't have most people that are looking at the help wanted ads, you don't want to have working for you because they view it as a part-time job and they're probably just passing through kind of thing. So just a little FYI in case you folks don't quite understand help wanted ads, because this might be past, your understanding because you've never really looked at help wanted ads. I mean, there's people that are like that. They've just sort of done what the rest of us do, and we work, and then somebody comes along and says, hey, I will pay you twice as much money than what you're making right here to come work for me doing basically the same thing. And you go, okay. Help wanted ads are sort of the garbage place to go. I mean, it really is like you're hitting rock bottom if you're looking to help wanted.
Oh,
because most of the help wanted ads are going to be like, come use your voice skills at our new and upcoming business. And then you end up having to sit in a call center for 12 hours a day with no bathroom breaks while you tell people how this insurance is going to be the best insurance they ever bought, or the cell phone plan is better than anything. And you get paid absolute garbage. That's what help wanted ads are for, is looking for people that are absolutely desperate for work, that can't get a job elsewhere because, one, they might not have any skills or life skills, and they can't really complete a good application. Because if you could complete a good application, you wouldn't be looking at it in a help wanted ad. You'd be going to a place that's reputable in the first place. Reputable places don't have to put out help wanted. They just put a now hiring, and they'll have people that come by and say, hey, are you looking for help? And here's my qualifications. Here's my resume. Take a look at it. Help wanted ads are not looking for a resume. They want somebody there for a short term. So you're not going to find government posting anything in help wanted ads. If they are, it's probably a scam. Just saying.
Well, I was going to be coming over the internet Navy SEAL, so.
Well, how'd that work out?
Ad was legit.
It was totally legit. How much did you have to pay for that one?
Well, it's free, but I do have to, learn to swim. Just kidding.
Gotcha.
Oh, is this in 2024?
This is 2023.
Town. They put it in the public meeting spots. They put a huge sign in their yard on a 4x8 sheet of plywood. I mean, these fools, complete and total fools, don't understand how to do things appropriately. As a matter of fact, all they do is make things worse for themselves. And so they went on and on and on about all of their hate and mistrust of Russell, Stewart, Captain Dan Shannon, Mary. They posted it all over Facebook over and over and over again, probably causing all kinds of stress for Mary. Frankly, that's probably the root of Mary's actual stroke. It's them. It's LIEnette. LIEnette did it to Mary. Septic Boy did it to Mary, right? Because they want to say that I did it to Mary. Well, I would think that a year of them beforehand would probably have a little bit to do with it. The reality is Mary's done it to herself. And Russell definitely wants to cover his tracks, all the wrongdoing and what's done. But everything can't be covered up forever. Even with LIEnette and Septic Boy. Boy, my goodness, we have had every single family member reach out to us and tell us everything about them. They have burnt every relationship in their life.
Holy crap. This is our Debbie Preston, isn't it? Debbie, wow. Wow. Because I've seen Debbie in here. Is that really our Debbie Preston? Jeremy, I'm widow of Lacey's first husband. We were together for 39 years and married for 35. Almost every time she divorces one of her many abusive husbands, she takes our last name again because she has been obsessed with him ever since he escaped that horrible marriage. She and her mother made all 39 years of our life together absolutely miserable. She's capable of some amazingly crazy things. I watched first her mother constantly. Oh my God.
Why are people such... I just don't get the energy put in.
Well, here's the thing is that this is what Jeremy's dealing with and he has no idea. I don't think he even realizes it at this time that this is about to go nuclear on him.
Well, and this is intergenerational crazy. I mean, if her
mother's
if her
involved in
mother did it, and then now she's following the same pattern.
Wow. I had no idea she's capable of, yeah. And this is why Jeremy was very adamant about don't go after these people. Do not engage in them. Do not go reaching out to them. Do not contact them. Don't dox them. Don't film them. Don't do anything. Let our attorneys handle this, because if you get involved in it, it's going to turn into a mess, because crazy does crazy things. Trust me. The pro se that we just finished up with is suing her former attorney, accusing her of colluding with us because she lost the case. Yes.
I mean, if I were paranoid, it would make total sense that y'all are in cahoots. I mean, I've seen you smile and laughing at each other, like saying hello with secret smiles and weird side eyes.
Yeah.
It happen.
Lawyer handshakes. I've seen them. I've seen the lawyer handshakes. Lawyers have this special handshake that they use to let you know that they're on the same side as you.
Yeah.
And it's usually against you. Completely and entirely.
Generally is.
Well, usually whenever they're shaking hands like that, it's because it opens their third eye so they can see all. Just so you know.
We all knew it was going to be the Illuminati.
It's all Illuminati.
When has it not been Illuminati? Or LIEnette, apparently. All her family going back generations.
Both Lacey and her mother have been diagnosed with Munchausen syndrome. I got a huge kick out of her saying John Cook had septic in his brain. She once called my husband when their youngest daughter was still a toddler and told him she was in the hospital in Missouri and she was dying. I don't recall the deceased. Hold on. I'll explain here in a second. And that he alone needed to rush from Texas to Missouri to see her before it was too late. Of course, my husband was panicking, but also didn't trust her. She told him if I came, she would not let him see his daughter. So I had him call the hospital and talk to the doctor. Turned out she had some common childhood issue and she was fine. So that reminds me, my older sister, she's had more recent communications with my mother than I have. That would have been in not even 20, it would probably been 98 or something like that she spoke with her. And what it was is somebody reached out to her. One of her old friends that she hadn't talked to in a long time reached out to her and said, "Oh, my children won't talk to me, blah, 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 blah." Well, it's because she burned every bridge. My mother won't talk to me, blah, 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 blah. So she reaches out to my older sister, this lady does, and says, "Your mother's dying in the hospital. I'm not sure, I couldn't get all the details, but if you could just call her and, check in and see what's going on." So my sister, being the dumbass that she is, because she doesn't think about this at all, and she's very trusting. She is a little slow. I'm not saying she's retarded. I'm just saying she is slow. She'll admit it. You tell her a joke and it'll take her like 3 hours and then she'll just burst out laughing because it all of a sudden, like, all the wheels clicked.
Oh.
Like she's that way where it just like she doesn't hit her right away. So she calls her up and the phone's busy. She's like, okay. She calls a little bit later. Phone's still busy. Calls later. The phone's still busy. She finally gets through to her and she sounds chipper on the phone, just as happy as can be, all sing-song. And she's like, "I heard you were in the hospital." And it's just like, "Oh, yes, I came so close to dying." She was like, "Wait, came close to, are you, so, I mean, you're not dying?" She was like, "Oh no, it was just like, it was something stupid like a kidney infection or something like that." And she was just like, "Listen, next time I want to hear from you, or hear about you is whenever I'm going to be putting you in the ground. Like, this is ridiculous that you called one of our friends, a mutual friend, and have her all panicked, making me out to be some sort of evil person for not calling my mother, that nobody wants to talk to you. This is why nobody wants to talk to you. So I will tell you what, next phone call I get about you will be you being buried. And I'll be there. I will be there for that funeral, because I will make sure that I drink plenty of water.
Well,
my sister was not happy. My sister was not happy at all, because I told her ahead of time. I was like, I will not be communicating with her. So if for some reason somebody's reaching out to you saying something, don't ever bother telling me, because I don't care. And, you know, sorry mothers, you know, I'm sure that mothers are not like that. This is the level of crazy my mother is.
Well,
she took her first baby daddy's last name, and goes by his last name currently. Okay. So she never married him. She had a child out of wedlock. He didn't want to have anything to do with her after he knocked her up. She had the kid, which was my older brother. And then he proceeded to bail on her, didn't want to have anything to do with her. I think my older brother got to meet his real father once, whenever he was in his, I think, 18 or 19. Finally got to meet him. Wasn't impressed with him, whatever. He was just like, oh yeah, that's my dad. Okay. Didn't really care. I mean, his dad wasn't there the rest of the time, and his dad didn't care about him, and his mother didn't care about him, which is really sad, and probably put him in the state of affairs that he was in. She was as crazy as this, because whenever she's talking about this, told him she was in a hospital in Missouri, I'm just like, oh my God, this just absolutely sounds like the thing that my mother pulled. She showed up, because I remember she showed up at my sister's place of work, where my sister was, I think she was a manager at a restaurant. She may have just been waiting tables there because her husband was the manager. I think that might have been it. She shows up and was just like, hey, you know, I brought my little sister along, and it was just, she wasn't there. She was just like, I brought her along, and if you want to meet up with her, you can, you know, we can meet up later. And she was just like, oh, that'd be great. I'd enjoy talking to my little sister. And so she said, I will tell you what, meet me over at my house. I get off work in a couple hours, come by and meet up with me. Here's my address. Bring little sister along. And so she immediately left after that, and she went to my sister's house so she could see her grandchildren. And then proceeded to tell the babysitter who she was. The babysitter's calling my sister. My sister's in a panic, like, don't let her in. It's like she's already in the house. It's just like, I've got to go. She shows up, chases her out, and says, you did not even bring my sister over. You just came over to see your grandchildren. I don't even believe that my sister is here. What is wrong with you? What kind of person does this to another person? And then she never showed up again. And like just crazy psycho. Like I feel this person, and anybody that's involved with this level of crazy, I feel for you. I got out of it a long time ago. I broke that chain. I said, done. I'm creating my own life. Like,
you have to, if you're, I mean, and it's good that you had other people that came into your life to give you good role models and things like that. And, you know, kind of,
yes,
you know, told you, hey, like, you had a crappy mom, you can have a chip on your shoulder for the rest of your life, or you can change it for, you know, your circle, your family, you know, all that thing.
Yes.
Because
absolutely.
I mean,
and I'm not saying all parents are going to be beautiful, perfect things. I mean, we should know this by now. Yeah. Toxic is toxic. Toxic is toxic. Time to go. No, all families have issues. All families are going to have some sort of issues. We already know this. And people have this idea of, no, it's supposed to be the perfect family and everybody's supposed to be happy. If everybody's happy and smiling, that's because they had lobotomies or something, because nobody is having a happy, perfect family. There's always going to be issues. There's always going to be little spats and that kind of stuff. But you also will be able to look at each other the next day and go, I'm really sorry. And I love you because you're my family. And I want what's best for you. And that probably was a shitty thing for me to do. Or sometimes they don't even realize it was a shitty thing to do. But you also know that you're dealing with those people and how to deal with them. And damn, thank God we lost our baking cracker and just good to see.
Well,
good to see.
Not everyone can be baker.
Yeah, sorry. I'll stop. Let this go. Oof.
We've had neighbors reaching out to us. The reason why these two have hopped all over the country, moving place to place to place, is because they burn a bridge, they destroy relationships with people, and then they have to go and start fresh again. And they tried it in Otter Creek. And what did they do? Same thing they always do. They're up a creek, no paddle. Lots of turds, though. You think I can hit the tree?
Go for it.
Got it. I got it. We never needed a clerk in there anyway. So when LIEnette was in there at Russell's request, whether it was Russell's request or whether it was LIEnette just trying to wiggle and worm her way in, you didn't need it. Think about this. Mary never took meeting minutes, ever. She never did. She was sitting at a laptop with Attorney Warm, and she was never typing. She never did any of that. There was always a cassette player that recorded everything, and then Mary's job was to afterwards go ahead and type all those minutes up.
Yep.
So why would we have ever needed a clerk to be there for the minutes anyway? Because I'm pretty sure.
Well, the clerk is very important because, she has a job outside of that, handling other issues within the county or within that particular municipality, town, whatever it might be. So she did have a purpose. And as far as taking minutes, I do the same damn thing because was it next Thursday, not this Thursday, but the following Thursday, I'll be taking many meeting minutes, and it's done via Zoom. And what I do is I go through and listen to the meeting minutes afterwards to make sure that I get everything correct, because there's so much going on. And the secretary, I'm basically doing the secretary's job. They just approve what I dictate down, and they'll read it over and they'll make sure that I hit everything right. So I don't see any difference there.
There's a ton of minutes that are missing from months of meetings ago. In other words, Mary waited months and months and months and months to actually type these things up. And there's some that aren't even typed up. So why did Russell say he didn't cancel the meeting because of an emergency and then said, wait, hold a second, I'm pretty sure it was, there ain't no clerk, there ain't no show, when the clerk was never doing the meeting minutes in the first place? Or if she did, it was months and months and months later. All those minutes could have been typed up later by a new town clerk that would have been hired based off of a job description that should have been legally posted. But guys, you know what Russ the Sus didn't do, right? He never ever posted the job description. Town hall shut down for 2 months. 2 months, not once did he post that job description. I'm not even to the point of thinking that he would even know how, whether he has the capability or the competency. Now, if you remember in one of the meetings, I told him he's the most incompetent person I've ever met. I've traveled the world, and I mean it. How could you not go ahead and actually put that job description in the paper immediately, the day after you have no town hall clerk? And yet 2 months, locked doors, no job description posted, because there ain't no clerk, there ain't no show. But we know our new mayor is getting the job done. As a matter of fact, as soon as it is posted, and I'm sure she's going to want to refine it and have the details to where it needs to be for the actual job, not just one of these copy and paste things that Russ and Mary did all the time. I'm sure we'll be able to share that with you. And when we do, if you have an interest, hey, Otter Creek needs you.
Town clerk had 2 assistants.
Before I leave, I got to get on the road soon. I do have to get on the road soon. But before I do, I just want to visit.
Oh, this space right here. Oh, that space right there. If I had that, there would be no shelves or counters or anything in there. With that wood burning stove over there, that would be wood. That would be my wood shop / metal shop right there.
Oh, see, and it would just be my giant panic room with biometric locks and that laser haul from the first Resident Evil.
Yes. Yes. But I am telling you, this right here would be like my entire workshop.
Probably.
So jealous. That's Georgia's eBay room. I don't care. I'm just saying that if that's hers. That's Georgia. That's fine. I'm just saying if that was my space, that would be like the place where my wife would just be like, I know exactly where he is.
He's out yonder.
He's out yonder, probably building something or tearing something apart. One of the two. I don't know which, but whatever it is, the final outcome will be beautiful. I love
the
it.
she shed, the place where magic happens. Otter Creek, magic happens too. Magically, overnight, we have locks on our fire hydrants. And now that we've shared all of the issues with the town water, that in 10 minutes, if we have a fire, the town's water is depleted. Completely and totally depleted. People are going, well, is that maybe why Russell put the locks on the fire hydrants in the first place? Well, we do know that the fire hydrants went in with a grant, okay? So you have this up-to-date fire hydrant system. It went in with a grant. I'm not sure why you would actually pump treated water through it. I think
Kevin Sheila, your garage is 26 feet wide, 30 feet deep. I get it. Yeah, I need a really good space where I can put in actual vacuums so I don't have as much mess, where I can do epoxy work, where I can do the metal working, where I can do all of that stuff. Oh, just like that is sort of like the dream place that I want to have, is out in the middle of nowhere. My wife is just like, but I want to have like something close to the beach, but I want to be on like X amount of acres. And then I want to have, I'm like, wait, okay. You want to have something that's more than an acre on a beach, but you're not wanting to spend more than this amount. Okay. Let's back this up a little bit. A large plot of land, even close to the beach or on like an island near a beach, or even a town near an island on a beach. And you're only wanting to spend this amount of money for this amount of acreage with this big, house kind of thing that you want, and a wood shop up. I was like, do you realize how much that's going to cost? She was like, oh, well, I mean, I'm like, okay, let's back up the truth trolley here. Where do you want to be? Because her parameters that she gave me does not exist. And if it does, it was probably already bought like last Wednesday.
Yeah.
So let's get realistic here. What do you want? What was that? If I have any done woodworking and stuff like that, what kind of epoxy work do I do? Oh, I can show you. That's easy. I showed it to Mo. Oh,
yeah, he's really good at this stuff. He's over here doing productive things, and I'm thinking if I had an enclosed space with a fire, like I just sit down and eat a whole thing of Little Debbie's all by myself and crinkle the wrappers loudly.
Oh, you're hitting my heartstrings there. Heartstrings there. All right, let's pull this up. I'll put it in a browser. It'll be a little bit easier. And open a browser. Where is it? How do you open this thing in a browser? Oh, there it is.
Don't ask me for help. I hope you're talking to your help.
I'm talking to my help here, bastard. Okay, and this will make it super easy for you to see. Give me a second. So this right here is the table as it's been finished, of course, because the table itself is a cypress. And then on the slots in between, I've got burled maple that came from a cutting board actually several cutting board projects. This has been completely epoxied over the top, and then it's also got a what do you call it? Spar urethane to keep it a little bit soft so it's not super hard. That was what I finished up there, and I'll show you what the leg looks like. So That makes a little bit of sense. So the feet on it and the tabletop are not original. So the leg portion of it, which is all wood, all cypress, this is from the original table. The original tabletop, I didn't do the. I did the same design, except it was in 1 inch, and I didn't have it sealed properly. And whenever I completed it, it ended up becoming warped, and it warped within like 3 months. And there was nothing I could do to get rid of the mold underneath it, so I basically trashed it, and then I built a new tabletop for it. And so this is the outcome of the new tabletop. And as you can see, it has a hole for like an umbrella. All of the wood is laid out in this, geometrical form. On top of that, if you look over here in the little back area over here, that right there is a glider. I built that also.
Cool.
From something else, which you'll see on the backside here underneath this cover is a big green egg smoker that my wife got me for Christmas like a few Christmases ago. She was just like, "Do you have any interest in a smoker?" And I was like, "That sounds wonderful. I've never used one before, but I would use it as much as I grill out." She was just, so she got me a smoker, which I do. Cool. Like I do brisket, ribs. I've done wings. I've done a turkey. I've done all kinds of stuff on a smoker.
Oh, smoked turkey is, I usually do one regular turkey and one smoked.
Oh yeah. And so I took the base of where the smoker sits in. It's got a drawer that can reach underneath, and then it has a propane grill that sits off to the side for doing. You don't want to fire up a grill. It takes a while to fire up. If you're just going to be cooking some hot dogs, 2 hot dogs, one for me, one for my wife. Why do I want to fire up, the smoker for that? I can just fire it up on the gas grill. The gas grill sits over there on the other side. There's a door that opens up. You can't see the tank because it sits behind in a hidden compartment on the back side. Like you have to pull the whole thing out. Also, the bench that sits over there on the side was the arms came from the dump. Basically, my wife found them as she was like going down the street, and she was like, "Oh, park bench," and she got it and realized that all the slats were broken on it, and so I built new slats for that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and there's a little table that you can barely see in the back over here. It's right there. That little table that's on the back side of that's also made out of cypress. And she had the base for it, which was just the stand. I just built the top and made the cutout so you could put the glass insert that set on the top of it. So this is just, and I don't do this to sell this stuff. I mean, this is, if I priced out just the materials currently as it stands today, you're looking at probably about $2,000 worth of materials that went into building this tabletop. And that doesn't include the amount of labor that I put into it. So for me to build something like this on a regular basis and sell it, even if it was absolutely perfect, it would be more expensive than people would want to spend. There's just a different angle. And this, I'll show this. This is funny. This little piece right here that you see that has the warped wood on it, that's actually a pallet.
Oh.
Okay. So the legs are from part of a pallet that had a curve in it where you could hook the forks for a forklift underneath it. I just inverted them and then attached them. And the original top was made out of a hickory that was from a pallet. And then what I did is I had some leftover drop pieces of pressure treated wood, and I just threw those on top of there. It's garbage, and it took me 30 minutes to build, literally 30 minutes from start to finish. And that was after I even put a coating of what was it? I think it was shellac or something like that I used on there. Or maybe I just used some water urethane on it, water-based urethane. Yeah. So that's what I do. Just little shit like that. And I build it for my wife. Like I built a swing bed for her, and those are the kind of things that I do. You know, it's for her. It's, you know, not all about me. Of course, it feels like it is sometimes. Yeah, and I showed those to Mo. That's why I was able to find them, because I remember I sent pictures to Mo. If not, then I can never find things off my damn computer. So if you see me sending you stuff, it's so I can pull it up later for reference.
Believe me, I look back and I'm like, what is that song thingy called? Because I can't remember. I was like, snow cones, Samoko, sumos? No, that doesn't sound. So then I was like, scroll back.
Oh yeah, that song was awesome that you did. I loved it.
The morning jingle.
Yes, I love it.
Well, so I didn't realize if you put Spanish guitar, or, you know, that they will sing in Spanish. Because I was just like, I wanted the guitar, because I was trying to do one for Nightly Newsy News. And then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I have done enough computering today.
Well, and there's something that Baker made a very important note to me that I thought was really cool. And what he said is, if he's looking for very specific lyrics, instead of having the song thing created, what you want to do is you go into ChatGPT and get your lyrics worked out there, then create the lyrics over there, and then all you have to do is create the style of music that you want to have.
Good idea.
So that way you're not spending those extra credits. I was like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, because I would have been, well, I was just like, oh, no, I don't want it in Spanish. I don't even know what you're saying, even if the words are in English over here.
Well, and thank you guys. No, I mean, I do. Took your husband 2 years to make you end tables. Oh, I built nightstands also for my wife. I built those out of burled maple and plywood. She wanted to have doors that opened opposing. She only wanted to have a single door. She wanted to have them a certain width, a certain height, a certain depth. Couldn't find anything. She looked on Wayfair, and I mean, by the time she was done, she was just like, they have so many end tables, and I don't like any of them. I've looked at over 1,000 of them, and they're just not what I'm looking for. She goes, I will pay any amount of money to get the ones that I'm looking for. I was like, well, why don't you just spend that money, buy the material, which burled maple costs a lot, because it's not something that's readily available. So they can charge a little bit more for it, as opposed to just regular maple, because you get all those nice swirls in it. And I was just like, buy the burled maple and I'll cut it, put it all together, and make what you want. And so that's what we did. And now she's happy with it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a liquor cabinet drawer, all kinds of stuff. Like, she wanted one for her, like all her Tupperware. I was like, okay, I'll put a drawer in there. She said, can you make me one for the liquor cabinet too? Okay.
I think I would have designed it differently, to where treated water did not pump through that it was pumping directly from a well. But there's probably not enough pressure, to be honest with you. You'd have to have a holding tank, and that means more money. And that means so many different things. I'm about on my way headed back to Otter Creek. I know you guys want to see the actual fire truck that Don bought for $500 untarped. I'll tell you what, I'll show it to you.
I mean,
$500. Yeah.
I'm sure they make parts for that still, right?
Yeah. That's I mean, that more than likely has a 350 in there. I doubt it has anything small in there. It could even have a larger block in there, but I mean, even a V6 in there would be fine, or a straight 6. You could get away with it. Looks like it's got a little bit of an air what do you call it? A blower on it. I don't know why it's facing the wrong way, but right here, this little thing is for air intake.
Oh.
But yeah, this would be
Don't they face out?
1960. Yeah, usually they face the other direction. So that's why I'm like, I don't know why it's facing that way. Some retrofit, I'm sure.
Right.
I mean,
usually you want car mechanic shop.
Yeah, usually you want your blower facing the other way so the air comes in this way. But whatever. No, that's a 60s model, maybe early 70s. Yeah, that could be early 70s.
I think they used it to film my Mr. Holland's Opus.
Yeah. I mean, this is in really bad shape, and most likely it's going to have a lot of work done, but I wouldn't have spent $500 on that. If I was town council, I wouldn't have done that.
No, that seems like a conversation you'd have with your constituents before spending money and getting you locked into jillions of dollars.
Issues. Issues. Like I'm sure it would work fine for a fire truck if it was running and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to need tires. It's got a lot of growth that's come up through it. More than likely, you're going to have to replace all the seals and gaskets, especially if it's a fire truck, which is going to be basically your hoses, which you have to get all new hoses for. And then you're going to be hooking those in, and those hoses break down after a period of time. That you can only use them so much. So you're going to have to replace those. Cynthia could probably tell you much better than I could with fire hoses. Like, they don't last forever, and they do dry rot, and especially in the Florida heat, they probably dry rot just a little bit more because, humidity and heat and cold and heat and cold, and it starts cracking shit and it starts falling apart. Rubber gaskets on this are going to have to be replaced. The fire truck probably needs to be repainted. All in, you're looking at probably 10, 20 grand, and that's if the engine actually works. Engine and transmission are in good shape. 20 grand just to get it up to.
Who's going to tell the trash pandas they got to get out of there?
Oh, he bought it from Don. That makes sense. Using the town funds to buy a piece of junk. Fire station would be better first in Otter Creek. Oh, it doesn't have a fire station. Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. On that note, I am going to say goodnight.
Yeah.
Because 4 a.m. comes early. So I'm
so sorry.
I would trust more people with a super soaker or super soaker than I would any of those kind of things.
Absolutely. So sorry that I kept you up.
No, you're fine.
We just got sidetracked, and I'm glad that you were paying more attention than I was to the time. Us? No, never. We never get sidetracked. What are you doing?
Not us.
What are we doing again? It was so good seeing you, Mo. And tomorrow I will probably be doing a stream if you're up for it.
Okay.
I think I'll still do the Edgecombe thing.
All right.
If you're up for it, I'll send you an invite. If you can't make that's cool too. No worries.
I will let you know.
Be easy night. And what I'll do is I'll say goodnight to everybody. Also, we'll give you guys a nice outro, and Mo, you have a good evening. Chat, you have a good evening. Peace, you all.
George. Are you ready to show everybody where our new home is?
Before we show you, we want to show you why. Why the Hales would we buy where we bought?
What did you say?
I said, Jeremy, I'm a huge fan.
George is out in the parking lot. Look at that. Am I on the naughty list?
When we don't even drink it. There was one improvement. I actually received this bill 1 day after its due date. Every meeting. And you're gonna bring the police to remove me. I didn't start this war with the neighbors, but I fully intend on winning it.
I can't, sir. I cannot hear you very well. Not at all. I have to hold you up to my ear to hear you. Something is wrong. Can you please check your mic? I do not have perception of time. I don't have perception of dates and times. I do not, and my brain does not work that way.